All right, now we're good to go. Now we're live.
Live on YouTube.com.
All right, I got backup notes. Who wants to give us the rundown?
Dude, you got it. You got the notes.
Okay.
Hit us with it.
All right. So we were above the cursed woods, and there was a hell on earth now. More hell on earth.
Yes.
Because the Celestials have arrived for Bahamut, and everyone's at work. And Kenny kind of gave us the rundown of the past 2 weeks, how Bahamut has showed up and, is now basically at war with Tiamat. And then, there were some, we heard some shit outside the ship, and then we found, 3 folks. We found, Harold Kankins,
Bang.
who was stationed on Harper's Wall, along with Klein Stoutfoot and Oscar Crouton, and Harold Human, Klein Dwarf, and Oscar also human. The elders, Kenny informed us, are at the port, and that's where Kenny would like to go, is to the port to meet with the elders. There's an undead horde leaving Starmount, marching on the port with kobolds. We identified the ring. It is the ring. It can change the fabric of reality. And we have to go and throw it in the lava of Mount Doom.
Wrong franchise, wrong.
Shit, fuck.
Shit.
It's like, wait, I don't remember that.
We lost for a second. Get him back.
And we know the location of most of the masks. We really just need the blue and green are in Dragonback Mountain somewhere, and then the white one is out northwest possibly.
Yeah.
Last sighting.
What, it was north of Port Brandicore, over
Yeah.
this river, right?
Yeah.
It was somewhere in here.
Admiral's
Yeah.
voyage.
So, and then we were trying to decide where we were going, and a bunch of ghouls came out of the woods, with a bunch of fucking arms and cloaks. One of them poked Oshtai, and Oshtai is feeling sick. And, we managed to escape them, and we have, decided that we are going to, teleport back to Starmount after we pay a visit to the Golden Circle to rest up for the night, because this place is, because Brancore is fucked.
And we chose Starmount because it looks like the least treacherous of everything we've scoped out, right?
Right.
And
Yeah,
maybe we'll do a backdoor plan to stop the army heading west to Brandicore. Maybe.
Yeah, you scoped out trying to go to a Dragonback Mountain, and Tiamat was just like,
Sup, bitch?
"Hello."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we scried on Starmount and saw that it was
Empty
at
room.
least the teleportation
Yeah.
circle room was empty. But yeah, I think what Saoirse picked up, that there's definitely an undead presence there
Mhm.
in wait. And then what oh yeah, never mind, we covered that with the white mask. Of course one of the guardians had to be all cool and shit and find peace and go off on his own in a cabin, or her own in a cabin, and fucking just retire.
Just disappear.
No clue where that mask is.
What is the name of the city that Ringo's from? Silo Valley?
True, we've only heard the region, right? I don't know if we've
Region.
ever heard the actual name of the town.
So, is it west of our map here? I'm trying to visualize what it says. On a map. Is it east?
Yeah. I think I have. Hold on, I mean, we might have a big map.
You have a world map?
Yeah, you've got a world map because
Wait,
you
I
had
don't know.
one for
For
one where
Condi.
Condi was.
It's
Yeah,
not. Yeah,
I
it's
think
it's not necessarily a world map, but it does have Sallow Valley. It does have Orkandi, and it had
Oh,
Brannicore.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Hel-
Okay.
what?
Yeah.
No, Helthor was another region, right?
Hmm?
Helthor is another region, correct?
Yeah, let me pull up something.
So is Sallow Valley north of
Oh, Middle Valley.
Dragonback
Middle
Mountains?
Valley is what it's called. It says the Golden Circle. The Golden Circle is a bank headquarters in Middle Valley, Sallow Valley. And I've got it written Middle Valley, comma SV. So I think that
Sallow Valley is kind of like in the middle of everything a little bit. Yeah. Kind of. That rendering is not the best. I need to make an updated map. I might have. I feel like I have. Because I created when I made Ivester and started writing all that lore out for that area. Oh yeah. I know I made a map of Ivester, obviously, but I
Next
swear I
campaign?
made a.
Question mark?
Yeah, maybe.
Gengu V2?
Gengu V2.
Dude, any Critical Role watchers in here? It's a big week.
I haven't been keeping up with it, no.
Yeah, I fell off on watching it. I've been listening to the second campaign, actually getting through that for the first time.
Yeah. I heard that. I fell off of season 3 for a while. Got back into it. It was big fucking ball in my eyes out this week, dude. It was good.
So, cardinal direction from where we're at now, where is Sallow Valley?
Sallow Valley is kind of like northeast of
Okay.
Brannicore a little bit, yeah. Because you
Oh, so
guys
you said-
came through Founder's Gate, and you guys would have
Mhm.
to go kind of east, and it kind of drives up north. So not direct north of Dragon's Back Mountain, but just kind of off. Little
That
camp.
mountain range at the bottom of the other map was north of us, right?
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's not the best. That was just kind of like to slightly give a bit of direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm pulling up Cole's notes because it sounds like you guys might be going to home.
Yeah, I
At
think
least
that's
Papa
what
Rango.
we decided at the end, was to at least like spend the night there.
Yeah. Oh, also, not to get off track, but real fast. Does anybody else? Me and Cole both finished the Fallout show. Has anybody else watched it or finished it?
I have not, but I really need to.
it's fucking actually good.
It's they did a good
I've
job.
heard good things.
Nice. Is it like arcane good? In terms
Mm,
I don't know. I
keeping
have
it-
no reference for that, so
it's not arcane good. It's not arcane good. Arcane's a gem, but
like
it is good.
Season 2,
It's
I think
very
is
good.
coming out this year, right?
November, I believe.
Bro, for the hundreds of hours I
Didn't they
haven't
drop
seen
the
fucking-
God
the
damn it,
Joker
Lucas.
2
Fuck.
trailer? Did you see that?
I saw
pretty
that.
It looked
cool.
good,
Yeah, it was
too.
pretty cool.
It did look pretty dang good.
What was that spell called you used? The feast.
Yes, I did want to mention that too for mechanics. Yes, we all have the effects of Hero's Feast.
Heroes feast. What time was that was like cast?
It was in the it was just that like I was preparing it as the newcomers were like being flown up by Ojitai. So what we said it was just for sunset then. So just like
'Kay.
dusk.
Yep.
Dusk of this night.
And it lasts how long?
24 hours.
24. Okay.
Is it dawn yet by chance?
Night's probably dropping on us, right?
in this world, yeah, it's becoming nighttime. Yeah.
At dawn, I get all my charges in my hammer bag.
Close, but no cigar.
You just let me know as soon as that sun starts rising.
We
Oh, I will.
we ended off on us, or I was at the helm, kind of taking us down to the ground so that we could teleport.
Mm-hmm.
And I specified I'm making sure that we're not flying down into a hellscape.
Right. You wanted to keep yourself kind of above the trees, but not.
Well, I want to land, that way we can.
Okay.
That way I can bottle the ship up, and then we just TP circle out of there off the ground.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, I'm gonna have to fucking be the last one in.
Yeah. So you're looking for like a nice little calmish looking area.
Here.
Okay. Sorry, I was pulling up a couple things.
I'll go out there to help.
All right. So you're looking around, and so are you getting all the way out of the cursed wood?
Yeah. I figure that we're like around here-ish, based on conversation.
Yep. You guys are up in the air. Go ahead and roll perception checks for me. Whoever's scouting out.
27.
27. That's nice. Who else was helping?
That was my roll.
Am I dumb?
Okay.
Yeah. 27 for Sersha. 17 for Rango. Sorry, I just fucking read
You have a plus 10, bud.
I was like, yeah.
Cool. So you're kind of looking out, and you break out over what seems like forever ago, an area you've been to, a familiar area. You kind of break out right over where you initially made your first contact with the kobolds in the cave outside Cabbageville, and you quickly realize where you are. You see the river. You see River March kind of smoldering off in the distance still. You see the bridge now kind of broken in two with what looks like torchlight on the side of the side that you're on near Cabbageville. And you also see Cabbageville does not look to be destroyed or anything like that, but it does look dark. There is no lights or anything coming from it, but it is night as well. So in your immediate area, you could sit down right where you are, but it looks like kind of in this vicinity for right now, kind of area around Cabbageville, it looks pretty safe and sound.
We're landing the ship.
We're doing it.
Right where you're at?
Yep.
Alright, cool. You guys bring the ship down to the ground, and upon sitting down on the ground, nothing really happens. It's a quiet night, and nothing comes up and disturbs you. There's a little bit of wildlife running around, small animals, creatures like that, some deer, but nothing hostile.
Does Harold like recognize his homeland or anything?
Yeah, Harold's kind of looking out over the side, and he can, as he's coming down, he can see Cabbageville, and he's just kind of keeping silent, but his eyes kind of always stay over in that area.
And we are just bottling the ship, and we plan to rest in Saddle Valley or here.
Saddle Valley was my plan.
Yep. Okay.
Because with Bahamut's forces like in the sky and shit, and the kobold and the undead on the ground here, I figured if we can just go to a guaranteed safe place to guarantee a long rest.
So we kind of disembarking the ship right now?
I would like to go up to Harold.
Okay.
As we're disembarking.
Yeah.
Does he seem like he's actively like avoiding acknowledging Cabbageville?
Yeah, he's kind of like got his. 1 second. All right, I'm gonna go outside real fast and see what's going on. 1 second.
There's trouble in Cabbageville.
There's trouble in Cabbageville after all.
He seems like he's not too happy to be home.
Yeah, because what Gankins told us, he had been away for
Long time.
Yeah, I don't know if we
Oh,
Yeah,
ever
he
got
didn't give us a
number.
reason as to why he was away, did he?
Dude,
I think he just
come
said
on.
he was stationed at the wall.
This
Yeah.
has been 2 years ago.
I
There's
know, which is
a
wild.
way, right?
Been a minute. That's why I'm trying to rack my brain.
I'm curious if Kenny's gonna react in any way. I mean, this is the cave.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he got banished from Cabbageville.
Oh, Harold.
Like good old Jon Snow sent to the wall sort of scenario.
Damn.
I'm gonna be right back as well.
I'll see y'all next week. This is where Kenny was found. Cave, got Cabbageville. Trying to think if there's any business we need to wrap up before we just kind of fuck out of here.
Yeah, I plan to do a scribe before we leave. I'm curious.
Of the
So I
Ville.
think. Well, yeah, because as we come down to Cabbageville, I was just thinking like the last time I think we, or one of the first times that we saw Cabbageville, mentioned again was on this map that we were given, the combat map from the one guy.
Sorry about that. All
Yeah,
good.
like Sid kind of gotten
and
the militia together and was defending the area.
Yeah,
So
so
I think we've
I'm
heard of it.
curious about because this is where the map said that our old buddy Reese was stationed. So I think
I
I'm
can
gonna do
smell they haven't used my serum on their crops, and I'm disappointed.
that. Damn, dude.
They've been a little busy with some things.
All right.
No,
Sorry
dude,
about that. Where was he at? I forget.
No,
When
they
we were,
they have used the serum on the crops. That's how they are still alive, dude.
There you go.
That or that's why their crops are burning. One of the two. Just kidding.
May or may not have mixed
Pre-cooked.
in there. Yeah.
Pre-cooked. That's right.
What were you asking? What was Gengu asking for Harold?
I guess can I like insight check him to see like what his exact
Thoughts are
outward
kind of.
emotions are of seeing
Yeah.
Cabbageville?
Yeah, go for it.
Nat 20.
A nat 20.
Dang, son.
You get a feeling of probably like a good portion of him is excited or eager to kind of get back home. But there is also a bit of what's the right word I want to use? Not
Apprehension.
doubt. Yeah, apprehension. Thank you. A little bit of apprehension about going back. And you get the with a nat 20, you get the sense that maybe he did not leave on the best of terms last time he was here.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd like to approach Harold.
Dad, I don't want to go into the cabbage business. I have my own dreams.
I want to be a soldier. I want to go to the wall.
Yeah, I'd like to approach Harold.
Yep.
This is your first time back home, isn't it?
Yeah, first time in a long time.
And you don't seem too happy to be back.
Well, I am. Just, I just hope everybody's okay.
Well, you don't have to come with us.
Oh, if I'm this close to home, I'm gonna go say hi to everybody. And just hope that everybody's fine.
Well, it looks like Rango's bottling up the ship, so you better make it quick.
And run the few miles down to Cabbageville and then come back. I mean, I could, I don't have to come with you guys to Shallow Valley. Me and the guys can stay and in Cabbageville for the night. I'm sure we could find some shelter, and then we can meet back up tomorrow.
Well, I feel like you didn't leave this place on good terms.
Yeah, something like that.
Care to tell us?
Not really at this. Not right now.
Not right now. Well, you know, if you're gonna be traveling with us, you can't be holding secrets.
Such a thing. Or sorry, can't good thing to say.
Yeah, well,
It's so perfect.
I'm aware of that to some extent, but everybody's got their own snakes they keep to themselves.
Very well. Well, let's make our way to Cabbageville before we send off.
You coming with us?
I suppose we're all going, eh?
I thought you
Yeah,
guys are gonna.
I'll turn around to the boys.
Mhm.
So, we go into Cabbageville, pay a little visit, or you trying to leave? Well, Harold, it looks like we're trying to leave.
Yeah, Ojutai is like standing there, kind of wrapped up in his own
still
cloak.
Right, just fucking
Yeah, he's
hanging
like-
on for dear life.
I'd like to go to
Oh.
bed soon, please.
Well, I am curious about Reese. Last we heard of him, he was stationed near here.
I've been in the process of like packing the ship up. It's not bottled yet.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna turn back to Harold. Seems like you've got a decision to make. You either go home and see your family and leave us, or you come with us. You can't be doing both.
Are you guys not coming back to here after you?
Well, I'm sure it depends on the state of the world. And what we learn about these masks.
plan was we return to Starmount
Oh,
unless you have a teleportation circle in Cabbageville that I'm unaware of.
yeah, I think we're out of those. And he kind of looks back over towards Cabbageville for a moment. Knowing that he's been so far away and that it is within walking distance at this point. And he kind of looks back towards you, Rango. I guess I'll be going with you guys.
Well, don't sound so excited.
Yeah, it's not been a lot to be excited about the past couple, months, weeks.
And you don't care to elaborate?
Have you been around the past couple weeks, months?
Frankly, no.
No.
Oh,
Frankly, no. Very nice. The one character to ask.
Well, it's not been ideal, this Brandicor lately.
You ever been to the Fae? And
Oh,
I'd like
God.
to cut to black conversation.
As he, his arms reaching in off screen to his chest.
Yeah.
Pull out the cubic gate.
I can send you
Standing
there.
right now, bitch.
Come on, let's go. You're going with me.
All right.
my
Well,
hand.
I'll kind of pause for a little bit after he's said that he's coming with us, like giving him a few seconds to take his word back. But then if it becomes clear that he's not, then I'm bottling the ship, and then I'm gonna get to work on TP Circle.
Okay.
How close are we to the Cobalt hideout entrance?
Pretty
might
close.
be
You
close.
guys sat down pretty close to it.
I'm gonna go venture over there while
Okay.
Rango's setting up.
Sersha, you walk over to the Cobalt entrance, and you see that it's now kind of the entrance has been kind of caved in, and like some trees around the area have been felled and like stacked in front of it. Like they've done everything they can to kind of close it up. The local populace here.
Mm-hmm. I'll kind of move to the right of it. If I remember right, I think I foraged the materials for health potions near it.
You did. You did.
Before I'm gonna kind of go back to the same spot, just sit with it for a while,
Okay.
And then I would like to pull out my silver mirror, and I'm gonna think about Reese. I'm gonna scry on Reese.
Okay.
It is either firsthand or familiar. Would you say we know Reese well in the brief time that we traveled with him, or is it more of just a met? We met him.
I would say it's somewhere in between. I mean, you guys don't know him like crazy well, but I mean, you know him pretty decently. I'll go ahead and let you say you know him well.
Okay. The save is -5 to the save. If we know the target, if you want to do like -3 or something, go with that.
Okay, yeah. And it's a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm. DC 20.
Cool. He doesn't save. I don't know if he would even try to save or be. I mean, I guess would be cognizant of you doing this, but
Nah.
I don't think so.
okay. Cool. Well, I mean, he doesn't save, so. But you scry on Reese, and you see that he is somewhere kind of nice and cozy. Some sort of cabin, small hut, small home of some kind. With a fire not lit but kind of smoldering, and he's kind of tucked into a bed with his armor and gear off to the side as he's resting for the night, wherever he's at.
What's the he's alone?
Yeah, wherever he is at, he is currently alone.
What's the state of his gear like?
Little dinged up, some dried blood stains on it, but still intact.
Any other discernible details, like anything on a nightstand or anything, or just he's kind of tucked?
Yeah, he's just kind of tucked away. He looks like he's been kind of traveling a little lighter. He doesn't have like a whole bunch of stuff kind of sprawled out. It's pretty much just his gear and a couple like personal like belongings. And but he doesn't even have like a big thing of rations he's carrying with him or anything like that. Like he's pretty light.
Okay. Take solace in the fact that he seems safe for now, and hope wherever that cabin is out of danger, and sort of let the spell fade, the image in the mirror go. I'll kind of pack up. I'll try to find a few ingredients of old, stuff them in my herbalist kit before heading back.
Gotcha. So you're trying to find some more stuff for your herbalist kit? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just kind of in the similar spot.
Okay. You do some searching and some digging around, looking for some old stuff. And I think I have the original list somewhere. I mean, you find some water, some wild flowers, and some succulent.
Fuck yeah.
And
the old familiar trio, dude.
Yeah, and you find enough of this to make 3 kind of just basic healing potions.
Love it, love it. Take it.
We haven't learned where Oscar and Klein are from, right?
Saoirse knows a lot about.
Yeah, I'm sure they're buddy.
Yeah.
Saoirse, where are you from? I always forget.
I don't think I fleshed my backstory out that much, to be honest.
Nomadic.
Yeah. I was kind of
nomadic hermit.
They both served in a battle together.
It's true.
Yeah, that's for certain.
We knew the same battles as before.
Yeah.
I would say, just for now, like, if I had to get right, I would say
Iveshire would be a good spot for you.
Somewhere
Originally.
where, yeah, dwarven origins kind of lay root, but I would say definitely west of the gate and north, so probably somewhere around Ivester.
Okay.
What is Saoirse's last name?
He doesn't have one. What do you mean? It's Saoirse, bro.
Saoirse's son.
Hey, he's Icelandic.
My dad was also Saoirse.
Wait, I pull out my book. What's it signed?
Just search.
Saoirse.
Is it
You
just
realize it
is it
isn't-
just signed Saoirse?
Last name appears Ronan.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't that the actress's last name?
Yeah.
yeah.
His charisma's pretty fucking low for this one. Huh, that's
Yeah, that's a good question. I will get you something. I will do that.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. It's been Saoirse for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, and then Oscar, we really know nothing about, right?
He's that quiet ranger type, dude.
Right.
He's one of them rangers. Damn it, another Lord of the Rings reference. All right. So yeah. Yeah, you don't know too much about them, but like I said, Saoirse knows kind of a little bit about Klein. But yeah, Oscar, you guys don't know too much about.
Circle takes 10 minutes, 11 minutes, one of the two. Yeah, 11 minutes to make up. So
Cool.
Did they
Anybody
say-
else?
They
Go
just met up with Kenkins in the Cursewood, or have they been with them for a while? I feel like we did it last time.
Yeah, so the way the story went was they basically all kind of were on the wall together, and then a big group of them, it was like 37 people, kind of decided to escape when everything was kind of falling apart,
Yeah, now there's only 3.
and there's only 3 of them left. Yeah.
I see.
Anybody else got anything to do while Rango's creating this teleportation circle?
Yeah, I guess I'll go up to Oscar real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume he's just like fixing his arrows or some shit by himself.
Yeah, he's off just kind of messing with his gear.
I would like to kind of startle him. So Oscar,
Okay. You want to roll? You want to roll stealth on him to sneak up on the ranger?
That's so funny.
no stealth. I'll
No
roll
stealth?
stealth for this time being. 13, but I want to be very clear that I'm talking to him.
Oh, I mean, as far as trying to startle him.
Oh, let's do some intimidation.
Oh, okay.
An 8 for intimidation, so I guess a slight startle.
Yo,
You got
look at-
a nat 1. So
Let's just scare the shit out of him.
you're just talking in a normal voice, but he's like, fuck.
Oscar.
yeah, you walk up behind him and you start talking to him, and he hears like a little bit of a robotic voice in the automaton, and like instinctually he like whips around and fires an arrow past your head. He's oh,
I catch it.
Sleight of hand.
oh, it's you.
Yes, it is
Ah.
me.
Sorry, a little bit of flashbacks to finding some of the Warforged stuff.
Fighting Warforged.
Oh yes, a few made their way up north.
So, about up north, Kenkin seems to not want to mention why he left Cabbageville. Do you happen to know why?
Oh, I've been with Kankins for quite a while, and we didn't talk about his home too much. A little bit, but not really a whole lot.
In Harper's Wall, is this a voluntary deployment, or
Yes, most people just kind of make their way up north to kind of guard the wall, and or basically, if you want, to stay in Northhold, it's kind of tradition that you at least serve a little bit of time at the wall. Most people in Northhold have, but
well, I
Yes.
find it quite precarious that such a nice town like Cabbageville you would want to leave and go up to Northhold.
oh, maybe he was just looking for a bit of adventure or something. A lot of us were.
How about you? Where'd you come from? What brought you to Northhold?
Oh, I was born in Northhold.
Ah,
Grew up on the streets. Lost my parents at a young age. Made my way around town. What are you smirking at, Cole?
Just ranger shit, I mean.
Yeah.
I have family up in
A
Northhold.
keen sense of survival at an early age? No. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, some what streets do they live on?
Well, not quite living anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That is a shame.
And what about Klein? Where's he from?
Oh, Klein, somewhere up north, I think near Ivester, somewhere. But he's been to a lot of different places. Been in Brannicle for probably a few years now.
And you guys just wanted to fuck off to the wall.
Well, like I said, most people at Northhold serve at the wall at some point. I was actually running around with a band of, well, not so kind people doing not so kind things for a bit of gold on the side. And basically, one day things went a little too far. Decided to get my life together, make amends, try to, do something useful. I just wish they told me that after a couple months of being at the wall, that all of hell and her friends would come and attack it, because I probably would have gone the opposite direction.
Cabbageville, such a nice city. Precarious why someone would leave. And I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and whisper as low.
He kind of
as I possibly
pulls
can.
away, like as you're.
And don't worry, I'm afraid of Warforged too. And then I'm just gonna cut to black and leave the conversation.
Okay.
That's it.
Anybody else got anything?
Boys, I tried to pry some info, but this man's a stone.
Oscar the Stone.
While all this is going on, Cormit and
Kenny?
no, not Kitty. Why am I blinking right now?
Klein?
Klein, thank you. Cormit and Klein
Wait.
are just
Smack and bruise.
yes, they're just having a full-on conversation about just whatever. Yeah, so that's why that I can't trust anybody that walks around with any kind of wood, especially 2x4s. It never ends very well for the person not walking around with that. I get that a bit. But, I did a bit of construction in my time, so I carried around some logs in 2x4s and things of that nature. But it's it is what it is, I suppose. But I feel like I'm a very trustworthy person. But yeah, I like you. The way you talk is quite calming, I find. Calming? Well, I've never got that in my entire life. Most people want me to shut up as soon as I start talking, but I think we'll make great friends. So they're just having this conversation off to the side. Anybody else doing anything? Ojitai's just tweaking.
Yeah, Ojitai is just kind of bundled up, waiting for Rango to finish the circle.
I would like to do a first aid 1, 2, and 3, but know that I can't do anything about it, just to show that I care.
On Ojitai?
Yeah, an 11.
You look at Ojitai and you realize that this is beyond your powers.
That's what I thought. Hey, it's just a thought that counts.
Yeah. But as somebody who has maybe an addiction of their own of some kind,
Okay,
it
okay.
could possibly
see
have
the
gone through withdrawals.
signs.
Yeah, you see the signs and you know. Do you offer him a bump of fire salt?
Ojitai,
I think I know what you
might
need.
have a remedy. Maybe counteract one little addiction with another. And I scoop a little bit of fire salt out to him.
It's all right. I don't really want to eat some spiders right now.
More for me.
You see Gengu just shove a bunch of spiders in his mouth and start chomping.
Well, you said you didn't need food. That's weird.
Ojitai's seeing, he's seeing Gingo eat. Oh shit.
I walk over to Serge.
I kind of hear this and I just fucking hurry up on the fucking
Saoirse
circle.
walks back with like a bunch of like random like herbs and stuff, and he's just happy.
We better get Ojitai help soon.
Agreed. I mean, I talked a little bit with him. Back up at the ship. I have something I could do, but I think a good night's rest will tune him back up.
Yeah, let's sure hope so. Doesn't look like something rest can help, but we'll see. Can never hurt.
At the very least, we can see how he feels in the morning. Can kind of aid him then.
Alright, I'm gonna walk with Serge back to the whole squad.
Got it. Alright, if nobody else has got anything going on, Rango, you finish up your circle.
All right, lads. Come on, let's get through quick.
Is it literally just a circle on the ground?
Yeah.
There are elven symbols
Yep.
forming the circle.
Okay.
Are
Glowing
is Rango
gold.
gesturing for us to go through first?
Yes.
I would like to be
Alright.
one of the last, and I want to lock eyes, or just like watch Harold the entire time, see what his
Harold would also be one of the last ones to go through.
one of these.
Everybody kinda-
I'll kind of like give Ojitai a hand and kind of like walk with him. Yeah.
It's like that
Oh.
moment where you
I'll-
open a door and like no one
I'll
wants to
be
walk through
like
it.
one of the first ones through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just before you're about to go in, Ojitai, Cormit slams past and another world to adventure. And he just
Oh my God.
passes through the circle. As you and Saoirse make it through Ojitai, Klein kind of looks around and he just kind of goes in himself. After that, Oscar goes in, and now it is just Rango, Gengu, and Harold. Harold kind of walks up to the circle and kind of looks back over his shoulder towards Cabbageville, and just kind of looks up in the air, and then just kind of steadies himself and goes through the circle.
I look at
no.
Rango, give him a nod, and step in.
Yep,
Gengu goes
same.
through. Cool. And then Rango goes through. You guys all appear together, pretty much right one after another, in this giant room, almost like a big elongated hall, that is just it kind of resembles almost like a cathedral, but it's not a cathedral. It's just this giant open area, and you guys are like right in the middle of it, and there's doors and corridors kind of going every direction, with these giant like pots of fire kind of lining the walls, and gold symbology and statues of gold and nice art just kind of all over the place. A very well off, whoever lives in this building or this area seems pretty well off. You guys sit there for a moment, and it is kind of quiet and a little bit hollow. You realize that you guys have entered a little bit of a different time zone. You've gone back 2 hours, and you're now inside Rango's home in Sallow Valley. Well, childhood's home, I should say.
Okay, and so there's no people in sight.
Yeah, it's still night. People are kind of, sleeping or meditating, as elves do.
Right.
Well, now I see why Rango has this obsession with gold.
Righto, lads.
looks around. Rango, where's the beds?
Right. This way. And then I don't know the layout of this place, so but you do, Ryan. So I go wherever you say to go.
Yeah, you guys, Rango, out of the many doors and different paths, he walks directly over, off to his right, to one of the many doors, and walks through it. And you're greeted by another kind of elongated hallway, just not as tall, kind of steeple ceilings as the one that you were in just now. You walk down the hall a little bit, and you end up at another door at the end of the hall. You go through and are greeted by a smaller hall with a bunch of doors, and then he opens up one of the doors in the smaller hall and a very large bedroom with a couple of air mattresses and stuff are kind of all laid out. And then there's a note laying on one of them, and it's from remind me of what your godfather's name is again.
Horace Bumba.
Yeah, Bumba. A little note written from Bumba, with everything kind of prepared and laid out, kind of sits on top.
I gesture Ojitai towards the bed, and then I move towards the note.
I just walk immediately to the closest bed and flop on it.
Rango, is there a place I can draw some cool water?
Yeah. Brian.
He then goes on a 5-minute tell of how you need to walk through this door off to the right, make another left, and then if you keep going down,
6 other hallways.
yeah, and then you'll find a statue of a woman holding what looks like a bucket with a well behind her. And if you go through that door, that is where the watering hole is what they call it, but really it's just a giant fountain, like spring well kind of area, where you can get fresh water for the night.
Wait, we don't have plumbing?
Huh? Oh, you do.
Just
That's
not
another
for the
like 6
guests.
other halls around.
Yeah, you do. This is just, but that's for the bathrooms and stuff. This is for, the drinking water. You figure that Sersha wanted some nice water. This is, this is nice. This is like Fiji water.
Yeah. I just bring it back and
Alley water.
like to kind of like tear a piece of cloth, or if I have a piece of cloth, and just kind of wet it and kind of lay it across Ojitai's forehead.
Ojitai's already asleep.
Yeah, and just kind of tuck him in.
Tuck him in. So Rango, you grab the note up, and it's from Bumba, and the note just kind of says, "Dearest Rango, welcome back home for the time being, however long that is. You told me that your friends and you were coming back, so I tried to set up everything nicely for your little slumber party. There's some snacks in the cupboard that you always kept your snacks in, just behind your bed. I put some of your favorites in there. Love your Bumba. Bumba."
All right, yeah. I fold that up, set it back down.
Did you read that aloud?
No.
Just asking.
Do you go to the cupboard?
No.
No.
Oh man.
So what room is this? Is this like a guest room? Is this my
No, this is like
bedroom?
Your childhood. Yeah, this is like your childhood bedroom. You still got posters of like your favorite like sports ball players
Oh yeah. Okay.
on the walls.
Okay.
And like CEOs.
Yeah.
Clothes and suits.
Yeah.
Are there enough beds in this
Guaranteed.
room for everyone?
Bumba tried to set up the room to have enough beds, but no, not really.
Okay. Well, are there guest rooms somewhere?
Yeah, you're basically in a big long. You could you could take some people to some guest rooms if you want to get them set up.
Okay. Then I'll just say, all right. Well, like I don't know how many people can comfortably fit in here.
Your group could comfortably fit in here. If you want to, like, Cormit would probably have to go somewhere else along with the new group.
All right, lads. Well, there's room for a few of us in here. Start making your claims, and then I'm gonna start moving towards the door, and I can show the rest of you elsewhere.
Everybody just kind of looks at each other and looks at the beds. Well, I'm quite tired, so I guess I'll take this one. And Cormit takes one of the beds next to Ojitai. Good night, everybody. Harold decides to just immediately follow to leave, as well as Oscar. Klein kind of looks around and
I'll try to catch his eye.
he looks at you and he kind of gives you a nod.
And be like,
And then he walks off and follows the rest of the group out.
wait, I was gonna
Oh, was you? Yeah, go ahead.
nightcap. Did you want to get a night? Never mind.
He stops in the doorway and he turns around, very serious. Did you say something about a nightcap?
Just give him a grin.
I've not had a nightcap on for years. Give me one of those. Well, it's tradition to have one of these on when you go to sleep.
I will
Everyone seems
pull
to
out
forget.
a thing of ale and pour it over his head. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and then he just sits there and basks in it for a moment. Perfect. Time for bed. And then he walks back out.
I just hear liquids like pouring, and I fucking turn back, and I'm like, "Why?"
I don't know. I don't know.
I press to digitate the fucking floor clean real quick, and then I go back out the door.
Before you can do that, Corman has crawled off his bed and has begun like lapping up the alcohol on the ground.
I go
So she
back
never
out the
offered
fucking
me a
door.
Nightcap.
Uh-oh.
That's true. Would you like one?
I just turn around and leave.
Corbett looks up and like looks at you, Gengu, and he just kind of.
Yes, you do. You do want a nightcap. I lead Harold to the next room and whoever's following.
Okay, it's Harold and his two friends.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a bed. So.
Corbett kind of took your bed.
All right, I'll follow into a guest room, I guess.
All right, you go with the Harold and his group, and Rango, you lead him down the hallway all the way to the end of the hallway, and like you kind of look at him and like you're like, well, it's nothing special, and you open up the door and it's like 6 king size beds with like their own like personal quarters, like where they can like draw curtains and basically, and it's like, I guess make do, and like you kind of show them in.
Yeah.
More than enough accommodating for these folk, and everybody kind of walks in and picks up their spot for the night.
I would like to go straight to bed.
Gengu climbs in one of the beds. As you're walking out, Gengu like flops down on one of the beds, and you hear like all 4 legs of the bed break, and it falls to the ground.
You like guacamole?
Be fine.
And everybody else kind of gets into bed slowly.
Is Harold in the room with me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna turn on my side so I can watch him the whole time.
Harold like opens his eyes and sees you staring at him. And he just, without saying, he just rolls over to the other side of the king size bed.
That's funny.
And yeah, I drift into a dream state,
Okay.
and I dream of Harold. Harold is on his way walking to Cabbageville. He never came with us.
Okay.
And upon entering Cabbageville, he sees Kenkins, just the back of him. And as he's getting closer and about to reach out his hand to touch his dad's shoulder, a giant tidal wave that touches the clouds starts encroaching over the horizon. And then I wake up, and I'm just looking at Harold.
You wake up and you realize it's been 5 minutes.
Yeah, and now I'm just in an AFK state,
Yeah.
attempting to sleep in and out of blackness for the rest of the night. I also
Alright.
have like flashbacks to the vision that the purple dragon gave us.
Okay, yeah.
Of us on top of the mountain, and
Yeah.
Kenkins being like this warrior, leading us at the top of this mountain.
Yeah.
But it was obviously his dad. In that instance. But yeah, I guess I just miss Mr. Kenkins.
Yeah.
I see pieces of him within Harold, but Harold ain't him.
Yeah. Um, Harold dreamed about, like, I don't know, some good stuff, some good times he had with his friends on the walls, some party nights. Nothing like your dreams, but you wouldn't know that. Anybody else doing anything?
Yeah. So everyone starts to head off. I'll take some of the water that I drew, and kind of take a cup of it and kind of like roam the halls looking for another like hall or balcony or just any sort of like thing to keep my bearings on how to get back. Not wanting to go too far.
Yeah. You keep a good eye of everything. You're looking for like a balcony to go sit out on though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You kind of walk down the halls and you find a balcony and you walk out. You open the glass, the giant glass doors. You walk out, and you realize that you're on like the 12th floor of like, and you look up and there's still more floors to go, and there's just like a giant courtyard, and you look out and it's like, it kind of like looks like Tuscany, Italy, as like you look out, like this is the only building within like fields of just like giant farms, and like it looks scenic and beautiful, and like a little bit like some heaven out there.
Solo Valley. Another one to mark off the list, Serge. Just kind of looking around. Pull out a
And
flask. Take a drag of some whiskey. And then I'm gonna take the cup of water.
Yep.
And kind of like there's kind of a railing or something if the space is big enough to like set the cup on there.
Uh-huh.
And say a quick prayer and kind of like bless the water. And I'm gonna cast commune with old Moradin.
Okay. What would you like to ask Morden?
Yeah. Well, Morden, the path seems to be set. Never felt like the stakes have been higher than now. Seeking your guidance and the wisdom you've imbued in me. Does Tiamat have the green and blue masks in her possession?
And you sit there for a second after you ask this question, and you kind of look up into the sky, and you see that some clouds kind of move across the moonlight, and they quickly take shape to look like the word no, and then they kind of wither off.
We very well could be traveling to Starmount tomorrow. A place we've flirted with before. We've never truly spent time there. I worry for Gangu. For the rest of the crew. Will we find Raktokesh at Starmount?
You again look up towards the sky, and in the moonlight you see the word yes.
Alright, I'm gonna break the RP here for a second. We'll table talk.
I think it's a good thing.
Those are the two that I had in mind. Does anyone else have? Any other
Well, I don't think we're in-
inquiries?
I don't think we're in the room to influence Saoirse's decision.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's fair. Yeah, I like that. Okay. You know, as we continue to travel and pick up more companions, though they're a welcome presence in both in their might and their wit, as it is in life, the grief of loss is just so much more palpable. Cuts like a knife. I wonder where Harpy is and hope he's well. But my concern lies with Kenny. Does he plan to go with the elders and not walk with us to the end?
You wait for a little bit more of an elongated piece of time, and then there is no answer up in the sky this time, but you get a feeling inside of you that kind of means it's not been decided yet.
He's conflicted, maybe?
Yeah, there's a little bit of confliction there.
Okay. And as I feel the connection fade, I'll just bow in reverence and don't know where I'd be without my faith in you, Morden. I appreciate your support, blessings, and guidance. I know Gangu does too. This will not be the last time I call on you. And I hope. Yep.
I was just gonna say, you begin turning around to walk back inside, and standing there in the doorway behind you is Santos, with kind of like a pillow and a blanket, and he's just looking at you.
Bunking out here, lad.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No one showed me a bed. I was hoping that you would know a place I could sleep.
Did he not follow me?
No. He's just been cut off on his own.
I'm sure we can find something nice and cozy for you, Santos.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Wait, where'd he get the pillow and the blanket if he couldn't find a fucking bed?
You don't know.
Obvious, he just brought him with him.
You have no idea where he found this pillow and blanket.
I was.
Look at Ojutai's bed, and he's just missing the pillow and blanket. He's just
That's so fucking
Roughing it.
yep. I care in the world.
There's not even sheets on there anymore.
Yep.
It's just a mattress. What did Morden say? What did you ask him? What is it good news for us?
A little bit. A little bit of good news, a little bit of a warning.
Oh, I see.
Would you like to sit?
No, I'm quite tired. I was hoping to find you wouldn't. I don't know how familiar you are with this place. Is there a bed?
I'm sure we can find something. And I just kind of walk towards him to arm outstretched.
When we were walking and following the elf one, I had to go to the bathroom, and I looked around, and I couldn't find one.
Not a problem at all. I'm
And,
gonna cast sending to Rango.
I found a bucket in a closet.
Rango. We need a bed for Santos.
And then the closet shut, and I got
Who-
locked inside.
Who did I not see settle in? Ojutai and Santos, obviously.
Ojutai
Or I'm sorry, Saoirse and Santos, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
Is that it, or were there other people not?
Santos is the only other one that's out and about right now with Saoirse. Everybody else is in a room somewhere.
Okay. Whereabouts are you?
I'll meet you in the room. And just kind of walk back toward Rango's room.
As they're walking in, you just hear Santos just talking about. So, anyways, that's when the candle fell, and that painting went up in flames, and then I put it out, and that's where the blanket and the pillow were.
Santos, you need a
Wait.
bed.
What did he say? What did he say?
There was a flame, and the painting went up in flames.
Santos, what painting?
No, not the talking one.
Okay.
That one's on my back.
Yeah, are you? By the way, are
what
you
did he
sleeping? Are you
say?
sleeping on him right now?
He's on my back. I'm like just on my side.
Okay, I got you.
I'm wide enough.
Okay, I was like, he's just like getting crushed by Gengu right now. So, all these beds are taken, Saoirse. This is.
Rango.
Yeah, I'm gesturing to.
Oh. Rango, you have a nice home. There's a bucket in a closet that has some poop in it.
One of the hands will deal with it. Whatever.
Okay. And he follows you over to the guest room where you let everybody else. And he walks in and he's got his pillow and blanket and he looks at all the beds with people in it. And then he just kind of looks back at you. Thank you. Do you think I could just stay here when you guys go back?
I'll plan on speaking with the masters about that.
By the way, is there a bathroom nearby?
Right, yes, it's down the hall, take a left. After that left, you're gonna go to the end of that hole, take another left. And then into that hole, another left.
Yes.
Into that hole, another left. And then it'll be the third door on the right.
Good. I typically go 7 to 9 times at night.
Okay, well, I find pen and paper somewhere. I write down the directions.
Santos is going to be lost in the halls of your father's estate.
And then I'm gonna take the paper that I wrote the directions down on, and I'm gonna be holding it, just staring into his eyes, and I'm gonna say, "Please don't shit in any more buckets." And I'm gonna offer it up to him.
He takes it and he looks at it, and he looks at you very seriously. I will try my best not to shit in any more of your buckets.
And then I walk away.
Fine evening. He turns and goes to bed.
So where did Serge hang out in my room?
Yeah, I was going to just lay out a bedroll and sleep near Uchitai, and just kind of be close, so if he stirs and something's wrong, I can be there.
Okay, so Ojutai hung back in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Or fuck, Serge hung back in the room.
So you're in the hallways by yourself right now.
I am going to journey off to whatever public area would be, or like common area that if people were going to be up this late, where they would be.
So you walk across the giant mansion over to the west wing, and you make your way there, and there's a giant kind of common area, a giant living room, like area, except it's massive, and you walk in and you do see, even at this hour late at night, your papa sitting next to the fire in his favorite chair with a nice drink in his hand.
Just him in the room.
Just him.
Okay. I approach, not trying to be stealthy or anything.
Yeah. You walk across this giant room over to the fireplace at the other end where your father's sitting.
Dad?
Son?
Things going all right here? And I'll start to take a seat.
Yes, things are going quite well. What are you doing back here? I thought you were gone.
Right. Well, things in Brannicle are,
Yes, we've heard the news. Quite dire times there, I see.
oh, it's shit.
Yes.
I think that, our goals there are gonna have to be set back until after the current situation's dealt with.
Yes, I see. I was talking with your mother about this, and, we think that maybe it'd be best if you stayed here and not go back. It's quite dangerous out there, and we would, like to keep you close in these times, you see?
Right. I think it's probably important that I continue to assist in the efforts there.
I don't see how.
Well, there could be benefit to the Golden Circle.
Yes, but we are in the business of making deals and things that will have a chance of working. And I don't see Brannicle working anymore. In fact, I think all is lost there. And we shall hope that it not spread further into the realm, I think is the best way to go about this. I've heard things of celestials coming from the sky and demons from the Nine Hills. And it is utter chaos is what I heard. The people are quite literally living in the end times there.
All true.
Right, yes, and I believe that it is not our issue to be had in such a place. We have our own issues here.
It will become our issue.
I don't see it that way. Saddle Valley's been fine for forever.
I think this is something that could spread over the borders.
Yeah, I mean, if so, then there are people that can deal with such things and stop the spread. I don't think it's that big of a I don't think it's that big of a deal for us, you see. And plus, your mother would really like to have you back home. She's been worried sick over your health.
I've been fine.
Yes. I see. Your friends are more than welcome to stay until they can get on their feet and move along.
Right. Well, I can handle myself out there.
I believe you can, but there's some things. I mean, even I'll admit I have my shortcomings and things that I cannot handle on my own. There's the realm of possibility and impossibility, and I just feel like that you going there, it will only harm those you care for. Family. Poor Bumba has been worried sick for you. When you made contact with him, he was jumping for joy. He threw a small party.
I think that this is the best way to protect you.
Oh well, I don't need any protection. I'm quite fine.
All of you.
We have, right? Yes. I mean, we have the personal guard who can take care of that, and things are fine here. There's no danger at all, really.
I wish I could show you.
Oh, I can imagine. I've heard tales. I've heard stories. There's nothing, You can spare the gruesome details. I'm aware. It's quite poor there, but You're back. It's no longer your issue. We tried adventure and it didn't work. Things happen.
You know, what's the other company? Valor. Yeah. You know that Valor Company has a heavy presence down in Brannicle.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware. But I don't imagine them being around too much longer. In fact, we've been working some deals with them recently about, perhaps going in on investment in a couple things, a couple other ventures. I'll spare the gruesome details of that. Boring talks, but, we've been at odds with each other for so long, but I think we've finally come to an agreement and understanding with one another.
I think we need to be careful with Valor.
Of course, we always are, yes, but...
Deathly careful.
Yes, I always am. Valor, they've been a pain in our side for a long time, as well as everyone else. They own a lot of things, and they are very well off, but, it's, we calculated the risk and looked at it, and this deal that we are looking at seems to make a lot of sense for all parties involved.
The things happening in Brannicore, I think Valor has a shared responsibility in.
Oh, well,
Their business exceeds simple trades, I believe.
I mean, Valor's a bit cold, and they might have, let some things happen, but I imagine that it's not all their fault, The Nine Hells and the Celestials come, I'm sure they don't have any religious, zealots or anything bringing these folks to the realm. Probably locals.
I wouldn't put anything past them.
Well, trust me, I'm always one to cast my doubts on Valor, son, but, it is, I think you're making some, accusations that best be left unsaid, especially at this current moment.
Can I insight check to, is there any, outward influence making him feel this way, or does this seem in line?
Huh? I mean, your dad is pretty business-oriented.
Yeah. But, okay. Well, think what you will of Valor, but keep them at more than arm's length.
Always, son, always. I'm aware. I wouldn't go into deal with him unless I felt like we were getting the better end of the deal. And I do.
Like I said, I think they're capable of some real evil shit.
I don't know.
I've run into individuals who have had their families imprisoned at death's door by Valor.
Well, I've heard no such tales, and of course every organization has the bad eggs. I mean, we have our own. That Santiago Belushi fellow that you took with you was, quite the character, but, by the way, he made his way back on a ship not too long ago. We did have to let him go, though. He kept going on about these croutons that he was making, he seemed to lost all sense of business, because I tasted the croutons, and they were no Olive Garden croutons, let me tell you. But
I understand that. Yeah. Well, at least he made it back safe.
Yes. But where was I was talking? Every organization has their bad eggs, and I'm sure that there's some that's done some not savory things, but at the end of the day, we're all, business folk, just trying to, make some money.
Right.
And help people from time to time. And, the less fortunate, the ones that need our assistance, that kind of thing.
Do you think that it would be business savvy for the saviors of Brannicle to be referred to as the Gold Bringers, and one of the members be a part of the Golden Circle.
Yes, and you, trust me, I've heard tales of your and your friends' exploits there. Word has traveled quickly, and a lot of people think of you as heroes. And I'm sure we could throw you a parade if that's what you're asking. It would not be within, outbounds of reality. We could make that happen. And if you want to market yourself as such, we can do that as well. Give you and your friends some positions. Maybe go on a little book tour or something after you write your tales.
I simply mean that if I return to Brannicle and I assist in what has to be done there to stop this end times, then after the fact, when it comes to business and people are considering things like, a Valor Company or the Golden Circle, perhaps they'll say, members of the Golden Circle are capable of anything. They're capable of saving the world.
Son, I get that you're eager to, solve issues and things like that. And I know that this is the first group of friends you've had in a while that you've been close with since, the unfortunate incident with your last. But, that being said, you, son, well, to put it in business terms, my greatest investment. I've put a lot of time and effort and care and love into you, and I'd hate for that to. Well, I'd hate for you to end up in a land where you don't belong, dying for something that is not your reason to die for. You are part of the Golden Circle. We no longer have business here. In fact, I was hoping that you could help me with this deal with Valor. We can bring you along and you could help this deal get through. Could be a great step for you. Make some good connections. Lay the foundation for yourself in the future.
What's the timeline on the Valor deal look like?
Oh, it's we won't begin conversations again for another month or so, but you know how these things go. Everyone needs time to sit and think and get some paperwork drawn out and make sure that everything's covered. But
And with them stationed in Brannicle, those events are being disregarded?
From the conversations I've had with the people from Valor is that they are making their way outside of Brannicle. They're cutting their losses as well.
I see.
Yes.
Alright, well. I'll consider it. I've had a rough time out there.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. We're glad that you've made it back safe and sound.
I'll meditate on it.
Yes.
I'll see you.
Well, make sure you say hello to Bumba and your mother. They've been worried sick for you. As have I, but, I always know my son is more than capable of getting himself out of a bit of trouble.
I'll catch up with him in the morning.
Very good. Well, son, happy meditating to you, and,
Night.
Good night.
I get up. I walk away.
He stays, and he drinks.
Yeah. I'll go off to that balcony that Serge was at.
You walk in onto the balcony and you see, some toilet paper on the ground with a little bit of poop stain on it.
Jesus Christ. I mage hand and discard it over the ledge.
You throw some poopy toilet paper over the ledge.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna take in the view for a second. Then I'll walk back to my room.
Alright. You sit there for a second. Think to yourself, you take in the view. It's a nice full moon day. Night. Not day. Night. And you take in just another nice cool air. And you walk back to the room where everybody is resting. You see Ojutai without sheets or a cover or a pillow or any of that. Blankets, nothing, just sprawled out on the bed. Saoirse kind of laid next to him on the floor with a pillow and a blanket on the nice, marble floor. And which Saoirse, by the way, is like sleeping on a mattress. He's quite used to that stone. And Cormit is off in his own little bed, off in the corner, one of the kind of air mattress portable beds that Bumba brought. And that just kind of leaves you at the entrance of the room.
Yeah, I'll go to my bed. And I'm going to cast Contact Other Plane. Contact Other Plane.
Uh-huh.
So I'll pull out my ledger and start reciting spell. Kind of in a whisper. And I'm gonna try and contact what is his name? Garvin. Gonna contact Garvin.
Okay.
Garvin.
So I think I have to make a save.
Okay.
Yeah. DC 15 intelligence save.
Oh.
Let's see.
Unfortunate.
Let's see if this can be saved. This save can be saved. I don't know if this is the way that this feature works. Okay. I'm gonna use Dark One's Own Luck
Okay.
to add a D10. Okay. So I would be on the brink of insanity, and then Mammon kind of intervenes.
Okay. So did you pass the save? I don't see the rolls.
Yeah, 10 and then 7.
Okay.
So 10 wouldn't have saved, 17 does save.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna reach out to Garvin, and I'm gonna just say, was the last known location of the White Dragon Mask near between Deer Hapsons and Dragonback Mountain?
Yes.
Was the White Dragon Mask in a cave?
Yes.
Was this cave that holds the White Mask on the shoreline?
Yes.
What's that river called? What is this? Isn't a question to Garvin. What is that river called?
Yes.
South of Deer Hapsons.
South of Deer Hapsons.
Actually, it doesn't matter. I can phrase it without doing that.
Okay.
Is the cave closer to Dragonback Mountain or closer to Deer Hapsons? Wait, I don't think that I can ask it in that manner. This cave with the White Mask, is closer to De Hapson's than it is to Dragonback Mountain, correct?
Yes.
You enjoyed the company of Constatori, correct?
Unclear.
I can only ask 5 questions, and that was the last one, so.
Very good, very good.
All right. I'm gonna meditate.
All right. Everybody's resting up, getting a long rest. Everybody gets the benefits from long rest. Everybody's meditating.
Once
yeah.
we wake up, am I still going insane?
Oh, you're not. You're all healthy. You slept it off.
Cool.
You got your humerus back.
Let's go. Big if true.
I lied. It's not true. You're dying.
Damn it! We've been
One
members
for every
of.
day.
Also, Ryan, really appreciate the commitment to the dead RP. Yes.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Well, it had to be very short word answers. And
Yeah. That was perfect. I had just to, bringing it back to Lord Rings again. I had fucking the King of the Undead
Jeez.
in my mind's eye.
I only need the 4 hours. How the conversation with Papa Uller and going out on the balcony and all that would have, how much time would that have been out of the 8 hours of long rest for everyone else?
I would say that you probably still have like an hour or so left before everybody else starts getting up, except for the ranger. He's awake.
The ranger's awake.
Mhm.
Did it seem like he got a full night's rest?
Yeah, you're not in the room with him.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll get up, go out into the halls, and I'm gonna go back to where I would imagine Horace would be in the morning, if not
Okay.
his room.
Yep. You kind of walk out to the. This is out in the east wing. You guys are kind of more in the central wing. You walk out to the east wing towards the big dining hall that is adjacent to the kitchen, and you can see that a lot of the people of the agency are kind of having a breakfast. And you see Horace, the furball, just kind of sitting, taking up almost 3 seats, just sitting there eating some food, and having some eggs and ham. It looks like for breakfast.
Am I approaching from behind or in front of him?
It would be from behind.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll come up behind him and kind of just throw a hand on his shoulder. Wait for him to look up.
He turns around and he looks at you for a second blankly, and then his face just kind of slowly lights up.
I'll give him a sly grin, and it's good to see you.
Ringo, you're back. I'm so happy that you're back. Bumba has missed his Ringo, and he embraces you.
Yep, I give into the embrace. Hug him right back.
No.
Did you see the snacks I left for you?
Oh no, I haven't dug into those yet. Appreciate it, Bumba.
It's your favorite
Oh yeah.
Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah. Well,
The
I
whole
do
thing is
love
full
those.
of Rice Krispie treats.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do
know
I-
How much you?
Go ahead.
No, you were going to say something.
No. I was gonna say something to the DM.
Bumba can wait.
Do I recognize any of the other faces around here?
Yeah, kinda. It's other hands and stuff like that. But do you want to talk to any of them?
Not immediately. I was just
Okay.
curious if I'd.
Yeah.
Where's Mother?
Oh, your mother. I think she is. I don't know. Bumba does not know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go see if I can catch up with her, but I think I've got some friends that'll be staying here, possibly.
Can I meet your friends?
Absolutely. Are you wanting to finish your meal first? Or?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let me go catch up. Let me see if I can't find Mom, and then I'll find you.
Are they in the room? I know the way. And he gets up and he starts making his way towards the room where everyone's.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Bumba will see you.
Right. And then I'm gonna look towards one of the hands, and I'm gonna say, preferably, are there any that like I would have given many tasks in the past when I, was here more often?
Yeah, you see kind of sitting off by himself, looking extremely dirty. You do see Santiago Belusi sitting there with like his things. He hasn't exactly left yet, but he's on his way out.
Anyone else? He's no longer paid by us. I can't really trust him to follow
you can still
through.
Talk to him if you want to.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, you see Daryl.
All right. I'll approach Daryl.
Daryl, the deal master, they called him.
Hell yeah. Daryl, how are you now?
Oh, Ringo, I'm doing quite well. How are you? Back from hell, I see. That's what they're calling it here these days. Hell, Brandicor is hell, is what they say.
Yeah. Well, trying to keep it at bay there, let hell not cross over the borders and all that.
Yes.
Listen, I could use your help in accomplishing that.
Oh, well, they have. I'm selling used airships on the company's behalf now.
Really?
Doing quite well. Yes.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
Do you need
a used airship? I can get you a great deal, insider discount.
I need you to go on a fetch quest for me. Would that be all right?
I haven't done those in a long time.
You get someone else to do them for you, or?
Oh, I can delegate.
Oh, perfect. All right. So here, and I'm gonna pull out this list. Here's a list of items. Throw them on. Assuming that you can acquire these, I'm sure there's some shop somewhere around here. And then, do I know of any around here that would like carry scrolls specifically?
Yeah, like you'd have to go into like the local city.
Yeah, but do I know the names of any shops offhand?
Sure, but we don't have to go through.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Insert favorite shop name.
Yeah.
Hit there.
Oh,
or...
yeah, your favorite scroll shop. I remember we went there as a kid.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And just throw it on the house. I've got whatever it takes, more than likely. So
on the company card, I see. Yes. Parents don't let me do that.
Okay. Right. Dealers. Yeah. Are you still a hand?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm like a new and approved hand.
Right.
The dealer now. Yeah.
Last we spoke, you were a third hand. Are you second, first?
I'm making my way to second. Yeah, we're still not all the way there.
Still okay. All right.
But I got assistance now. I'm making my way.
Right. Okay. Well, here is. I feel like this should probably cover whatever the cost is. I'll give him 5,000 gold pieces. Just because that should definitely cover it. So I'll give him 500 plat. I'll hand him 500 plat. and I'll say,
Oh.
right, listen, you can keep a bit for yourself, but I need the change, all right? And I expect a receipt.
Yeah, sure. I would never think of taking your money.
Right.
There we
So,
go.
here's the list. Here's the money. I don't think we're going to be here long, so please make it quick.
Yep, I got my best man on it, and he snaps his finger. Yeah, assistant number 1, come here. And you see like a young
number one.
You see like standing up from like the corner, like with like a small plate of food, like a young elvish boy kind of run over. Yes. Yeah, take this list, get a receipt. Here's the money. You run off with it. I know where your family is, and we will burn it down. Go. And like he sends him on his way.
He did say he knows how to delegate.
Fantastic.
Harold the Delegator.
That's right.
Oh, that's Daryl the delegation dealer. That's what they call me now.
Harold the delegation dealer, baby.
All right. Well, here, if you could, sign this real quick. That way I can keep in touch with you. Check in. I'm pulling out the book. The ledger.
About how, if this is about how I already talked with HR. We're working on, being nicer to the assistants. If this is what this is about.
This is just
don't
so
really-
I can keep in touch with you. It'd be fun.
I'm not like signing my termination papers right now.
No, Daryl.
Oh.
I just want to be able to check in on the task at hand.
So now I'm being observed all the time, and I don't think that's necessary. You don't have to, watch over me. I'll treat him better. Sorry, I didn't.
Daryl, sign the bloody ledger.
Oh, okay. And then he takes the pen and he signs. He signs it, Daryl. He signs it, Daryl, the dealer.
All right. Yeah. Take that. And then I'm gonna go look for where I believe my mother would be.
Okay. Typically your mother likes to spend her mornings off in the eastern courtyard. Down on the first floor, there's a nice little fountain out there, and it's kind of peaceful.
I make my way there.
All right. You make your way there, and lo and behold, your mother is there.
Mom, how are you now?
Oh, Rango! And she gets up and she runs to you, and she gives you a big hug and embraces you. I have been worried sick for you.
I've
We,
been fine.
Oh, I heard many deals of, tales of, terror that is happening in Branacor. I thought the worst.
It is, it's gone to shit out there, but,
Yes, well, now you're back and safe and sound. And you and your friends, your father already told me that your friends would be staying. You can stay as long as you like. He wants them gone quite quickly, but I will talk to him. They can stay for as long as you want.
Alright, well, it's good to see you.
Oh, did she just kind of embraces you again and kind of almost starts, not like full on crying, but she just, tears of happiness. Her son's back.
I will say I don't know how long I'll be staying. I expect to visit more often,
Right.
but
Well, where are you off to now? Your father doesn't have you doing some sort of job, does he?
he mentioned a deal with the Valor Company. Do you know
Oh, yeah.
the intricacies of that?
Not entirely, no. More of your father's thing, but
Well, I tried to warn him. I've been spending time in Branacor, and obviously they're housed there. They're a dangerous lot, and we need to be extremely careful. And
well, I trust your father. He knows business quite well.
well, he didn't. It seemed he didn't heed my word very much. Perhaps you could kind of sway him in my favor a bit. Get him to listen.
I mean, I can talk with him and make sure he knows that this is what he wants to do. But your father does, he does well for us. I think it's a great idea that you are working with him. Is he sending you out to talk with him? Is that where you're going?
I think I'll be returning to Brennicore.
Oh, well, and then she just kind of looks a little shocked. I don't think you will. I think I need you to stay, Rango. I can't have any more nights where I can't, where I am worried sick for your well-being. That's not going to work for me. I need you to stay. You're here. You're safe. I heard that you got great experience. Making deals and stuff like that. Maybe some more connections if they make it out alive, but
I think for everyone's well-being, mine, yours, Brannicore's, all of Sala Valley.
I don't understand why you have to go. We're all fine.
I'm worried that if I don't go, then no one will be fine.
I don't see how. We're doing okay. Brannicore's all the way over there, and we're here.
This is bigger than Brannicore. It's bigger than Sala Valley. This
is. I'm
is.
your mother. I am your mother, and I think that you need to stay. And we talked to your father, and we thought that you might want to run off again, and we're going to be taking the airship from you, Rango. I'm sorry. That way.
Oh fuck.
So will you give it to me?
Well,
that way you don't go back. You'll stay here.
I don't think there's much stopping me from going back. Now, if you want me there with or without the airship,
Rango, I'm your mother, and I can't allow you to leave to go back into danger, knowing that you might, God forbid, end up, dead. I couldn't live with myself knowing that you left again when I could have stopped you. You're gonna stay here now. You and your friends. Maybe we can even find them spots in the circle,
I think this is what I have to do.
I don't think it is. Back in the bedroom, everybody's starting to wake up to a giant figure standing in the doorway, just kind of watching all over you guys. Saoirse and Ojutai, you guys can begin to stir, and Cormit kind of is already awoke and looking at you guys. He's been standing there for about half an hour, and he's not said a word.
I'll just look up and look down at Saoirse laying on the floor.
As he goes,
Saoirse, you see the fuzzy man standing over us too.
Yeah, he's very fuzzy.
No, just a scaly one. Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's been staring at us for about well, if my internal clock's correct, about 27 minutes and 32 seconds, I believe.
Accurate reading. Hello?
Hi.
Morning to you.
Hi.
You looking for Rango?
I saw Ringo.
Oh, okay. Well, we're his compatriots.
I know.
What's your name? My name's Saoirse. It's nice to meet you.
Oh.
I start to stand up.
My name's Horace Bumba.
Oh, you're Bomba. We've
Ringo
heard a
told you
little
about me?
about you. Just a little bit.
He told me how funny I am.
Uh, forgot that detail, but I'm glad to know it now.
Uh,
Just mentioned you're his godfather.
uh,
Have a joke?
not at the moment, no.
Oh, that's alright, it's early.
Yeah.
Have you
Have
already
you-
met our friend Gingu?
No. There's more.
I kind of look around. Well, there were more. I don't know where they went to.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did any of them get in the... There was a big commotion. Janitorial said that somebody got in the cleaning supplies. They pooped in a bucket.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I look at Saoirse and like, was that me? I don't remember.
I'll just give him a reassuring, like,
Oh. That's not good. Do you know who did it? The head of janitorial was pretty mad. That was his favorite bucket. It was the only one with both handles, still.
Soiled one of them, I'm guessing.
You did it?
No, it wasn't me. Wasn't
Oh.
me there.
Oh.
I know my way around a bathroom.
Oh. Well. Where's the other ones?
There was some guest chambers nearby, I think.
Oh. Yeah,
They settled in there.
that makes sense. Yeah.
It was really nice to meet you. Is there anything you need from us?
Open that cupboard.
I can do that, yes. I'll open it.
It's a bunch of Rice Krispie treats filled to the brim.
Mm.
It's
Wow.
Ringo's favorite.
Is it now?
Yeah. You can have some.
Well, that's very kind. Thank you.
Very much.
You're welcome. Alright.
Is there a place where we could sit down for a meal?
Yes.
All right. You mind if we follow you to the guest chambers and you point us the way?
I can give you directions. I have to go find the other guest. I have to look
Alright.
at them.
All right.
Okay.
Well, a question: will the directions be fewer than 20 steps?
No, but I can do it well. Hold on.
All
You
right.
see, he puts his head down.
On a pad.
Yeah, I'll just take out a piece of paper and like.
He's starting to map it out. I was starting to map it out.
You,
He puts his head
Yeah.
down for a second, and he kind of like shakes it. So if you take a left on the avenues between third and fourth hallways, and you make your way to the left door, just down past the third door, you take that left door, you'll take the big staircase down, and there will be a connecting area that will connect you to the east wing. If you take the east wing hallway connecting area up the stairs to about the third floor, there is a breakfast nook area where we serve breakfast next to the breakfast kitchen area. Don't go to the fourth floor, that is reserved for lunch.
Is his demeanor changing as
Oh, yeah.
well?
Yeah,
in
he's
this?
totally-
okay.
yes,
So
yeah.
he's like upright, like postured and everything. Incredible. What is he?
A
Like, what are
furball.
we seeing? A what?
A furball. They're kind of like a...
Caduceus.
like,
Oh, really? Okay, nice. Yeah.
they're like giants, but not giants. They're like big, hairy, big
Hell
people.
yeah.
fuzzy cowmen.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. I think I've got it.
He takes the paper out of your hand. Yes, that looks correct. And he hands it back. Oh. Takes a lot to focus on that stuff. I'm gonna go look at everyone in the other room.
It was nice meeting you, Horace.
Okay.
Maybe we'll
Hey,
catch you again before we head back.
Bumba, you can just call me Bumba.
Even better.
Everyone
Bumba.
calls me Bumba.
We hope to see you before we head back to Brannigal, Bumba.
You will.
Perfect.
Great.
Ojita, how are you feeling?
Uh, I had just a strange dream where there was these spectral giants up in the sky, and they were rolling these oddly shaped rocks, determining what I was doing for the day.
I had that
It was
dream.
just strange.
Horace, you've had that dream?
Just like it.
Yeah, how'd they roll?
Well, it was me rolling rocks down a hill.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like a rolling stone.
Yeah.
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 Ran into a bard one time. Had a good idea about that.
Uh,
His name was
you
Bob.
guys have been to Brannicore?
Have we been? Yes, we just came from there.
Yes. I knew that. There's a band there. Beach Boys.
I've actually seen the Beach
Horace?
Boys.
Can I walk with you to the guest chambers? I have a story that is just gonna blow your mind.
Yes, let's go look at people. And then he
I
turns and he
Tell them
walks.
about when I played with the Beach Boys in Palm
Oh,
Springs.
that's... I can't believe you played with the Beach Boys.
I show them the loot. I pull it out.
Can I try to play?
They signed it and everything.
Wow, can I try to play?
Of course.
You need out of the loot?
Of course.
Yes.
He takes the loot and he looks at it, and you can see his thumbs like really big, and he goes to play one of the strings, and like he presses down really hard on the string, and it snaps and flings off. Oops.
Nah, that string was always out of tune anyway. He
Oh,
did me
let's
a
try
favor.
another one. He go- Gangu, you hear this horrible noise coming from outside the door. As you hear these like noises coming, like you just have no idea what that is. Everyone else is kind of staring and like looking around.
Yeah, well, Gengu's still asleep.
Oh, okay, Gangu slept through it.
He might have heard it, but has no.
In your dream, you're battling against all these automatons and stuff. And you just hear in the background.
Speaking of dreams, Gengu rises up from his bed.
Yeah.
Hears the clanking of mugs. Hears like liquids pattering on the floor, and hears all this like laughter and commotion. And decides to walk to the other chamber, and he peeks in and just sees Saoirse giving everyone nightcaps, just pouring over top of everyone's head, clanking all these cups. And then he sees him clank his hammer with Klein.
Oh no.
And at that moment, a giant wave comes over the horizon, and I wake up and see this furry thing right in front of me.
Oh no.
Hello,
Oh, what in the world is that?
Bumba.
Well, hello, Bumba.
Hello.
Thank you.
Gangu. You're the metal one. And he kind of starts poking at you. It bangs on the
Suppose
metal.
I am the metal one of the group.
Oh,
Bumba. Personal space.
what?
Serge, good morning.
Morning, Gengu. How'd you sleep?
I don't answer your question. So, Bumba,
He said, "How did you sleep?"
just fine. Harold, you up?
Yeah, I'm up.
Good morning,
This,
Harold.
Yeah, this guy's been looking over us for about the past 10 minutes with Saoirse.
Quite unsettling.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just showing him my loot.
He pulls the lid up. Sorry, and he hands it back, and all the strings are broken on it.
That's all right. He'll turn around and cast mending on it.
Whoa. Can I try again?
Was
After
everybody
breakfast?
else?
Okay. After breakfast. Do you guys want breakfast?
Well, I don't eat, but I'll come eat with everybody else.
We can make you eat.
I don't think that's quite possible.
No, we can.
Bumbo.
We have good food.
Say, Squire, do you eat? Take the shield off his back.
Oh, no, I haven't eaten anything ever in my entire life. But what I would like to do
Shield
is...
back. We don't eat.
Who is that?
No, this is my squire.
Where?
No, he's just on my back.
Can I see him?
I turn around and raise up the shield.
And, oh, you all a hairy bugger, aren't you? You know, we come across a man like you and Garvin. You know, we were
Alright,
walking through
shield
some...
back down.
Oh,
Now you see why I have the shield.
no.
So, breakfast?
Yes. Follow me. He turns and he starts walking everybody down the hallway over to the breakfast area. Did Oshai just go off on his own?
I was just following behind him.
Okay, so you have a whole map that...
Yep.
Alright, cool. I mean, he follows the directions perfectly to what you drew up on your map. And you guys walk into the breakfast area, where a lot of people are just kind of sitting down and having some breakfast. You don't see any sign of Rango. Did you guys meet Santiago Belusi?
I don't think so. I think that was a whole side quest thing.
Yeah.
For Rango? Yeah. Alright, well, he's there. But you guys don't know who he is.
I think we only met the parrot
Yeah,
outside Orlo's,
I
and then
only met Walla
the guy.
Walla Walla.
Oh, cause it was Walla Walla again in Port Brandicore?
No, that was Santiago in Port.
Ran into someone there.
That was at like the embassy or whatever.
That was...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walla Walla was trying to leave as well. You guys haven't seen Walla Walla. Alright, we'll come back to Ringo, with the mother. We left off with her kind of begging for you to stay.
Okay. I don't know.
You're muted.
Oh shit. Okay, so to keep this brief, I want to just like be totally honest about the experiences that I've had in Brandicore. And the basically like the absurd abilities that I have gained while there, and all of the shit with the fucking kobolds and Tiamat and going to fucking Orkandi and all that.
Yeah.
Just complete honesty.
Yeah, and
And-
your mother hears only the dangerous bits, and as a mother would, and is now doubly adamant that you stay here.
Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. And well,
Yeah, you're not going back. I forbid it.
okay, well, could you sign this for me?
What?
It's a way for us to communicate.
No, because if I do, then you'll be gone, and I can't. I won't do it.
Right. Well, well, I'm gonna go back. So this what I'm offering you here
You
is
can roll a perception check
it
on me, or
is-
persuasion.
is more for you
see.
than it is for me.
You can roll a persuasion check on me if you would like. How you would roll against a persuasion against your own mother?
Like I said, this is more for you than it is for me. 26.
I guess there's no stopping you. I will. I'll sign your book. In a very elegant cursive handwriting, she signs your name. Fine. And she kind of walks off on her own, and you can hear her now sobbing as she walks to the other side of the garden area.
I will solemnly walk away.
Okay. You walk back and you make your way back to the breakfast area where you see your friends and Bumba now sitting eating a meal, and Bumba is sitting next to Gengu with like a spoon with like some soup in it or something, and he's like choo choo, and like he's like trying to like get Gengu, and Gengu just keeps hitting off Gengu's face, and he's just sitting there.
Oh, you've met Bumba. Bumba, you've met my friends.
Yes.
Right.
Can you,
You
tell
know
him
who's
I
a
don't
Beach
eat?
Boys fan? Oh.
Would I no, I didn't know that. Bumba, you
You
never.
got to see the Beach Boys.
I did. We did.
Were they great?
Yeah, honestly, it was pretty good.
What songs did they play?
You know, some good ones. It's hard to remember a lot from
Yeah.
from when we
Especially
did
that period of time.
see them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I would never forget that moment.
Well, you okay? Yeah. Well, for sure.
Yeah.
So, now that Ochitai's
You-
better,
Ready to go to Starmount.
You're leaving?
I don't think
Um,
we have any business here.
Yeah.
This place is business. Business place, that's what they call it.
Yeah, we need to be on our way. Ojitai was in bad shape, and Brannicor is,
Oh,
you know.
Worth shit.
yeah, I guess. You want me to come with you? Bumba,
No, Bumba, I think it's best you stay here, mate.
'cause you might see the Beach Boys again.
If we see the Beach Boys again, I will let you know, and then we
Ow.
can go see them together.
You come
Bubba,
back?
what's your weapon of choice?
Weapon? Probably friendship.
Alright, we'll
Be
leave it,
nice.
Bubba.
But if friendship doesn't work, then usually a really big hammer.
Oh,
Interesting.
another hammer, dude.
I've never used it on anyone though. Only a wall one time.
Well, I think this place is just right for you.
Yeah, it's pretty great place.
So, lads,
They just don't have the Beach Boys here. They're not here.
you're not missing much.
Oh. You saying the Beach Boys suck? Is that what you're saying?
You don't know.
Say it.
Alright, so back to Starmount then.
Did Mom let me walk away with the keys to the ship?
She didn't take them from me.
Okay, cool.
I stand up from the table.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta go and not talk to the metal one anymore. You have made me not feel good.
Right, well, everyone here, you all full and ready?
Ready?
I'll grab a Rice Krispie on the table to go.
Before we go, I did take some time and spoke with Morden last night. I inquired about Starmount and got some clear confirmation that Raktokesh is there, but seemingly might not know that we're coming. So, can somehow tell her. Might give us a little more time. Brannicle more time.
I wonder if there's any possibility that if we take down Rock Turkesh, the rest of the army falls with her. With them.
Yeah, well, hell of a lot more influential than Yap Yap.
More power than Yap Yap too.
I've pinned.
We're at our full strength.
I've pretty much pinned down the location of the White Mask. I spoke with Garvin, Innocence, last night. So
And
it is to the northwest. But I know the specific location. There's a cave closer down the shoreline to Deer Hapsons.
Brilliant. We know we venture after Starmount.
If everyone appears to be done eating, I'll start walking basically back towards the
Yeah, everybody's kind of wrapping up.
teleportation room.
Look back and bump at Bumba. Bumba, thank you for your hospitality here.
That's my job.
I'm gonna, I'll give Bumbo a couple pats on the back and be like,
Hospitality and hospice is what I do.
Oh, that's a hell of a job description, bro.
Couple ends on the spectrum there.
I'll pat him on the back and be like, I'll be back shortly, Bumbo, don't worry.
Okay. How
Oh, and hey,
short?
Bum-
Yes, go ahead.
There's a slight chance that I may not need this down the road. So why don't you keep practicing, huh? And I'll pull the loot out and I'll give him the loot with the beef voice on it.
Oh. I'll try. Let's give a performance check and see if I've learned anything. I rolled a nat 1. He smashed it on the table in front of him, and it shatters.
He confused it
Nope.
with a hammer.
No,
Which he also
that's
needs
not how you
practice
play
with.
that one. I actually rolled a nat 1. I'm not even lying.
I will attempt to cast mending on it, but if it's
Completely
destroyed, I don't know if that works.
The Beach Boy loot is completely destroyed.
Yeah, it would
On
not
that
work.
note,
Oh no. I broke it. The loot.
That's all right. That's all right. With everything that's at stake, Bumbo, loot is replaceable, huh?
I guess. If the Beach Boys have more.
Oh,
run into
Right.
them again, we'll try to get you on.
Good. Alright, well. I'm glad I've been hospitable to you. Now I have to go talk to. And he pulls out a big long list. Nancy's grandmother looks like she's going to die today, so that's where I'm off to.
No.
Good luck.
Bumba just
Thanks,
the Grim Reaper.
He can foresee death.
Dude, oh my god.
Scheduled to die today.
No, she's pretty bad off, and we think this will be the day. So, gotta go do that. You see, he pulls out a scythe, puts it up, and walks.
Oh my god.
No, but Bumba starts walking away. Rango,
Hey,
be careful
always.
and take some Rice Krispies.
I'm literally eating one as I'm going down the hall.
Good. Good. I gotta put all the ones you didn't eat back in the cupboard, in the big kitchen. It took me like 5 hours to stock it.
Holy hell.
And it's quite a walk, and there was a lot.
You can leave them wherever they are. It's fine. You can just
No.
leave them. Restock.
I can't.
Okay. Or I'll be back.
That wouldn't be
wave.
hospitable, Rango.
Kind of wave and keep walking.
Goodbye. And he walks to go talk to Nancy's grandmother on her dying day.
Sort of, is Gengu walking by himself on our way back?
I'm with the crew wherever we're all going.
Gengu, that guy was pretty weird, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't really gauge him.
Yeah. I like the other dwarf guy, though. He seemed to understand my 2x4 mentality that I had. You know?
You mean Clyde?
Yeah, Clyde, that's a cool guy. I like him. I think him and Hershey are getting along quite well.
Are they also with us?
I
The
like him a lot, too.
the Harper's Wall
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah, they're with you guys.
Yeah, seems like they are.
Yeah. Yeah, they're real good pals now.
Corbett, did you ever forgive me?
For?
That's a yes.
Oh, Corbett, you're such a good friend.
Yeah, I try to be. You want a drink?
Well, looks like your little cap is running low. You might want to go hit up Rango.
Okay, and then he runs off to Rango.
Okay.
Rango, I need more.
Yeah, sure. As I'm walking, reach into the bag of holding, just within the bag of holding, crack open another case, grab a couple out, hand them to him.
You didn't want to put any
thanks.
Rice Krispies in that bag of holding? Thought they were my
That's. I'm gonna do a wisdom save.
You have advantage.
I feel like in this case it would be disadvantage. I'm trying to determine.
Then it's a straight roll.
Wait, okay, whatever. Yeah, no, I don't. I'll be. I think I'll be back here soon.
Just a thought. Well, it must be nice having a home to come home to.
Yeah.
You're welcome here too, Gingu.
I'm not welcome anywhere. Bubba really didn't make me feel at home.
I thought he was nice.
Thought he was strange.
Yeah. But you're
Like
strange,
how he just
Gingu.
smashed that loot.
Which of us aren't strange? You.
I thought that was pretty sick, to be honest with you. It was pretty metal.
Alright, Cormit. Well, maybe we'll take you back to go see the Beach Boys soon.
Oh, that kind of seemed like a threat. Was that a threat? What was that? Oh, okay. Like a concert.
Yeah, like a concert.
Oh, cool. Never been to one of those. I heard them talk about it in the swamp. Bayou concerts and things like that. They get pretty rowdy though. A couple people get swallowed by a couple alligators, that kind of thing.
I thought they called that frog gigging.
Oh yeah. No, not where I come from. Mm-mm.
Grungigan.
Yeah, Grungickin.
Alright.
Um,
Starmount.
Grungfest.
Yeah, while we're walking down the halls, I'll take turns approaching Ojita, Sersh, and Gingu. I guess I'll go Sersh. Think you could sign the ledger again. I think this way it's gonna help with communication this time.
Sure. Sign.
Go over to Ojitai. Ojitai, think you could sign the ledger again? It'll help us keep in touch if we get split.
All right.
Gingu, think you could sign? I don't know. Would you have overheard what I just said to fucking?
Well, you asked me to do this last time, and I'm not quite sure I did it correctly.
I'll flip to the last time. What does it look like?
It's just a smear.
Trying to think if that's ever taken effect. I don't think it's ever taken effect. Okay, well, I'll flip it back to this page. So you just want to sign your name.
See, the thing is, I don't know how to spell my name. I only know how to say my name. Here, I'll give it a try. And I grab this. What writing utensil do I have? Like a quill?
Just your finger. You just use your finger. This is like a tablet.
Like a tab?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Imagine you're
No,
drawing in the
Too
sand.
much more explanation.
Fancy boy with this fancy tablet.
I just proceed to draw a big old robot. That's it.
Okay, and then like I kind of look at the book, and then I'm gonna cast sending through this far scribe, and say, testing, testing. Does Gingu hear testing in his head?
That seemed to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, okay. I flip to the other page. I kind of like smear off what he had smeared on. And then I go, alright, now do it there too.
I draw the same little robot guy.
It's perfect though. It's like copy paste.
Perfect.
Except
Hell
now,
yeah.
Exactly the same.
now he's holding hands with Corbett.
I'm not sure how that works.
Looks great. And then I'm gonna kind of like fall behind, like I'm going to someone behind them. And as I go behind them, I'm gonna just smear Cormit off.
Oh.
To be fair, Cormit's signature's already on that list. So
Quite sure how the signature thing works, but I think that'll do.
So, Rango, this circle back to Starmount, is it close by? We gotta walk very far.
we're just heading back to the room that we arrived in.
Oh, all right. I thought we were heading back. No.
We are. That's
So
it's
we-
like this
are we
place is like a
moving-
bloody labyrinth, you know. But yeah, we're heading back. That's where we're
Oh.
heading.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
moving from the guest chambers to your room. Is that what's happening right now?
From the breakfast place to the teleportation circle.
Yeah, just like on the way, like
Oh.
since I'm guessing they're like gathering their stuff on our way back before we leave.
Yeah.
Out of the room. Just looking to. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you peek into the bed, sleeping pretty soundly.
Right.
What's that smell?
Gengu, you look pretty.
Can't
You
tell.
look. Gengu tries to act like he can smell, but literally he just sees like the poop stain on the on his pants.
Oh man.
Oh dear. Well, does anyone want to get up Buddy Santos, or do we just leave him here? He is kind of dead weight.
He looks pretty comfortable.
He's kind of
I think
dead
he
weight.
wants to go where we're heading.
Well, here, and then I'm gonna walk in there, find a sheet of paper. I'll write down Santos. You're welcome to stay here for a bit. If you have any questions,
What do you write it in?
fun bumba, common,
Okay.
fun bumba, and then I'll sign it. Ringo.
Got it.
Leave that at the bedside.
Yep. Everybody else kind of quietly gathers their things together. It's in that room, and gets all their stuff packed back up, and then meets back out in the hall to go on their way.
As we're funneling out, I'll try to. I'm gonna stop with Gengu for a second. Just be, hey, bub.
Hello, Serge.
I just heading to Starmount today, and just want to make sure you're all right.
Yeah, it's not my favorite place in the world, but seems like it's on the way down, so I'm willing to assist on that.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you need anything,
I know
No.
where to find it.
fair enough. I'll shuffle out in front of him.
Where's Klein?
Klein is he was still gathering his stuff. He kind of walks back out in the hallway. And he looks a little bit groggy, a little tired.
Rango.
I don't know what the fuck.
Rango
Misinput.
deals 46 damage from a lightning bolt onto Klein.
He looks a little tired. Let's jolt the system. Klein died.
It was a misclick. It was a misclick.
Misinput. There's a misinput.
Yeah, misinput.
Oh, righty.
So are we good? Everybody ready to head to the circle then?
Let's do it.
If so,
Cool. Ringo leads everybody back to the circle. Ringo, where are you choosing to go to?
So we're gonna go to Stormount. I'm gonna make the circle to Stormount. But I am going to have to take. I'll take a minute and cast Foresight. And then yeah, I'll start ritual casting the teleportation circle.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not ritual casting, but cast the teleportation circle.
Yep. Circle's cast. You have your foresight.
Everybody ready?
believe
What is
so.
it exactly we expect to see on the other side again?
Probably some nasty stuff.
Should we be prepared to fight before we enter?
I'm always ready to go.
I'm expecting an empty room on the other side. A room that we've been in.
Well, I'll trust your judgment. Have a rage at the ready.
Who's first?
Fuck
I'll
yeah,
walk
go
through first.
Yeah.
I'll go side by side with Gingu.
Yeah.
You guys walk through. Klein and Oscar follow suit, as well as Harold, at least Saoirse, Ringo, and Cormit. Cormit kind of looks at both of you guys,
Okay. Yes, I'll go.
and he walks through. Now it's Saoirse and Ringo.
Going last ones. Yep, going through.
Here goes nothing.
You guys go through in the room. The glow starts to dissipate from the circle, and you guys are gone out of Sala Valley and now in Starmount. And I feel like this is a really perfect place to end the session.
And this is where we teleported into last time we teleported.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice,
It was like a room set up for it, right?
Yep.
Or something.
Yep, that's correct.
Very nice. Everybody is ready to whoop Raptor Kesh's ass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna try at least.
Heck yeah. Fun times.
I'm curious to see where it all goes.
Yep.
Before
I have an unsettling feeling about this.
Yeah.
before the session, Cole told me, he was like, we don't have to go too heavy in the roleplay on Sal Valley stuff. I was like, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, we do.
I
We
was
had
like,
an entire session with Gengu in the Fae. Let Rengo
Yeah.
have his little time to shine. I liked hearing about his dad's business ventures.
Mm-hmm.
It just adds more world building to it all.
Yeah, I was very curious about his relationship with his parents.
I always think it's interesting when you expand the story past our lens of seeing.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
There's
things
also-
happening that we don't know about.
There's also another piece of information that the players get to know now, but not the characters yet. That was revealed in that conversation. I think, Scotty, you caught it. In his conversation with his dad.
Yeah.
Um.
I try not to pay too much attention. because like that's Rango's knowledge, and if he wants to tell us, then he
Yeah.
can, but...
Yeah, I remember going like, what? But
Well
I
then,
don't remember it now.
that's cool. That's cool then. It'll get revealed eventually. It'll get revealed eventually.
About Valor, like trying
No.
to.
No.
Damn. It's going to take a lot for me not just to go watch the stream back and go for it.
We can talk about it later.
Yeah.
I'll
Fair
message
enough.
you. I'll message you because you look confused.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And he basically said, like, yeah, Valor's done some bad stuff, but who hasn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the from the very limited viewpoint of us not knowing anything about Rango's experiences with his father. The line when he said, you know, I love and care for you, blah blah blah, blah. And I was like, what does that mean to you, Rango's dad? What do those words mean? Because he just, because I'm sensing a lot of transactional love, maybe in this dynamic.
Make us a munty.
I say I love you because I'm expected to say I love you.
No.
You know, his dad's an interesting character.
Yeah.
He did refer to me as his greatest investment. So.
Oh, I know what it was. Yep, I know. I think I believe I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Should I say it?
Yes, please.
Yes.
You can if you want to.
That apparently Rango was a part of an adventuring crew before us, and something went terribly wrong, and this may be why he was really hell bent on getting us all to sign that damn ledger way back when, to basically not have us die. Is that
Possibly.
is it possibly?
Hinted on that a little bit before. Of,
Yep.
like, reason for why he went out to get his powers the way he did. Stop something from happening again.
Do you guys? I know the players do. Obviously, does your all's characters know about Mammon? Really? Has he brought that up at
I
all?
don't think
Not much.
Ringo has actually mentioned it other than, like, yeah, this is the guy I got the powers from.
Yeah, and I think in like passing, like if Rango's ever received information from Mammon, he might have been like,
Right.
you know, I spoke with Mammon and this is what I found out or something like that. But
Right.
yeah, I think in Sersha's mind, it's just like he has a patron, or you know,
Yep.
it's just kind of like his, just like a, you know, Moradin or something.
Yeah.
Just in different capacity.
Rango's just a cleric.
Rango's simply a cleric.
Also, Cole brought this up, and I was just gonna see how you guys feel about it. Don't take this any way, cause like that's not the purpose of it. But he had brought up like trying to think of like if he was gonna die, like if Rango was like this was his last words.
For myself for the longest time.
Like what would his last words would be? And like he brought up a good point. Like if everybody like told me what they thought their last words would be, that could be a good idea. As far as get me in your all's character's headspace a little bit more, and then also you guys thinking about like you know what truly matters for your characters. This is the last thing that y'all are gonna say.
It's really interesting, the dynamic of all of our characters, because it feels like Rango is on a business mission at all times. Like he is almost like signed up to do this thing almost against his will.
Yeah.
To do these sort of things.
It felt more like that early on, but it has felt like he's definitely shifted.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like
from
the
the
classic
business
tale of
side
like,
of it.
you get hired to do something, you're not really on board, and then you end up loving your friends along the way, sort of scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And Ojitai feels like he has a like to Gengu at least feels like he has like a responsibility to protect the realm of what's happening with the bad dragons, and like he's very in tune with the whole dragon nonsense. Sersha seems just like a wanderer, I feel like Sersh and Gengu have very similar things where we're just wandering, don't really have a place in the world, but we're all just like along for the ride.
Yeah.
And I feel like Gengu just has existential crises where he's like, why the fuck am I doing this at all times?
Yeah.
He's like, what is life? My life was so different before. Why have I been resurrected in this hellscape, essentially?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting, all the different motives.
Yeah.
I don't know what my last words would be.
Yeah, so if you guys wanted to think about that and then
The wish.
like send them, yeah.
The wish.
And if you guys wanted to think
I
about
don't know, man.
this-
In my head, I think Gengu's still on that list, on my short list for me, personally. But I'm excited to, at the end of all this, to finally have Drew's guess revealed.
Yeah.
Done a
I
great
need to,
job
like-
holding it close to his vest, his chest.
I have like an envelope somewhere. I'm gonna fucking
Write it.
that
Write it
down.
down,
Write it down
yeah.
and date it right now. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for whenever the campaign's finally over and like I can just go up there and be like, all right, this was this, and this, and that's
I'm
why this
also
happened.
not opposed to like a total party kill to end the campaign if it's done in this glorious fashion.
Yeah,
You know, like if it's actually done with a purpose and has like a great ending,
right.
I'm
Yeah.
totally down.
Lucas, only one person has to die.
No, all of us can die.
Hey,
it's okay.
Only 2 of the Guardians survived last time, so.
I'm a sucker for non-happy endings, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am always on your all side. So no matter what, I'm never trying to kill nobody.
See, and I'm on
Outright.
your side, whatever you want to do. I'm just along for the
Right,
ride.
same.
And yeah, there was one of the points where Ojutai got hit by like the Finger of Death spell,
Yeah.
and like there was a clear look of concern, like, am I actually doing this? Is he just dead?
Yeah.
I was just sitting there like, nope, fucking do it. I can see that concern. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's what happens, then it's what happens, man.
Luckily, we
Yeah.
look at the rolls. And
I mean, if Ojutai
Does
dies
not
first,
say
that's
Asuka.
just like foreshadowing from episode 1.
Dude, this
Well,
is.
it's bound to happen. It's just a question of when.
Right.
Was it the gift of the protectors that saved you?
no, it just the wording of it. It's not so
Yeah,
like
the wording of it is if it would outright kill you, and or something along those lines.
yeah, because it was
It
circle.
was like
I think it was circle. Or was it circle of death or finger of death? I can't
it was Finger of Death, and it was like the amount of damage it did. It was just a few hit points off from being an instant kill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, finger of death, because I'm.
Right.
Target
The
makes
guess.
I
Nice.
guess.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I need to set aside some time and flush out the falling action of Gengu's arc, regardless
Yeah,
if it
same here.
happens or not. Like,
That's the big
got-
thing that I was telling Ryan is like it would be beneficial to him to get the insight on our characters, but I also think that it would help us, each of us, get more in tune with our characters.
and
you
also
know,
be ready for the
because-
end if it's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
well, yes, also that. In the case that we do die, you know, having and knowing what they would say. But I feel like dying words is something that really forces you to think about what the character truly cares about.
Yeah, see, like, Gengu's stuck in this weird place because it's like, sure, he doesn't want to be here, but everything he loves is dead anyways. And if he dies, there's no, like, guarantee to ever go back to the way things were. So it's like, do you want to stay here? Do you not?
Yeah.
Like,
Whenever I sent Ryan the suggestion,
Mhm.
I, in parentheses at the very end, I was like, by the way, as I'm writing this, I still haven't determined what Rango's dying words would be.
I don't even know what Rango's dying words would be.
Mm-mm.
Like, just thinking about his character and, like, how he acts. It'd be
Yeah.
like, we made a lot of money along the way.
Bubba, you can have my Rice Krispie treats.
Bring the gold back to Sallow Valley.
At the end of the day, I made a deal of a lifetime.
I hope I made my dad proud.
Falling on his deaf ears.
Uh,
Just kidding.
Mom was right. Mom was right.
Should've
Mom
stayed at
was
home.
right.
I think I actually do know.
Oh, that
what
would be
the last words would be.
heartbreaking
Mom
if
is
Genghis,
right.
it just mama, or like, you know,
Mama.
just like
Mama.
yeah, dude,
killed
that'd
him,
be
man.
the worst. That'd be the
I
worst.
think I have a pretty good idea of what his last words would be. But we'll see.
those are for
I know-
you and
I know what
Ryan's ears,
Corbin's would be.
dude.
Yeah, I might give you like multiple things that just kind of sum up like his entire thought process.
Yeah. Corbett's would be easy. One last drink.
Oh man,
Time to go to jail.
Yeah.
time
Off
to
to
go to
jail.
jail.
Off to
Oh,
jail.
boys.
Go.
I plead guilty.
Boys, I'm
Oh
getting locked up.
no.
They're locking me up. Give me one last drink for the road.
No.
Prison life ain't ready for me.
I have thought about several ways to like if this does end and like there's no more evil in the world of like how to send off the last episode.
I've thought about the epilogue
Yeah.
stuff too.
Yeah, I've thought about how Ojutai would want to like go on with life after this if he somehow fucking survives.
Yeah.
I have too many items in my inventory that I want to bring up. One of them being a a deck of something.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Could be the
Yeah, the fucking.
you know,
There are so
the
many
fallback,
fights.
the
There are
fallback
s-
plan.
Bro, there are so many fights where I'm just sitting there and I'm like, if I did this, would they kill me?
Dude, since you've gotten that, they've completely revamped the deck of many things because he came out with that book and like they work
Right.
a little bit differently now. I'd have to go back through and reread
Oh,
like, some
really?
of the stuff. Yeah.
If
Like-
it's better, I'd like to use the newer version because the old one
Yeah.
has way too many. Like, it's like
That's the thing.
90%
Even if
bad.
you used it, there's a good chance we wouldn't kill you because you'd already be dead.
Yeah, I'd kill
Yeah.
myself at the end of the day.
Gangu doesn't get last words because he's been sent to the void.
Yeah, and then there's one that's like summon a demon from hell, and it's like aggro to you or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's just like why.
It's funny enough, I think at level 17.
I bet we could take it. I bet we could take it. Yeah.
I think it's
Sounds
like a
good
level.
XP.
I think it's like a level like 12 or something. Like it's not that strong.
Still scary.
Yeah.
It's just
scary.
the fact that you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then then there's like the negative like utility cards of like, isn't there one that's like everything in your inventory is just like gone? or
Yeah.
something?
Everything that your character owns just turns to dust,
Yeah, that one hurts.
including magic items. So it's like, oh, that would suck.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah. There's like new decks. Like so like you have like the deck of many things, the deck of many more things, the deck of several things,
Oh wow.
They pull the cards against humanity with it.
the deck of
Yeah.
wonder.
All these spin-offs.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff now. It's kind of cool. I went through it when it first came out, and kind of read through it. It's cool. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's fun. I love building up the tension between Gengu and Surge. It's
Oh
just
god,
like,
and
bro.
fucking Ryan, fucking
Just agging
twisting
it
the
on.
knife in the back with
Yeah.
fucking
Picking up what I'm
Cormit,
putting
dude.
down.
Yeah, I
Cormit
read it.
just in there. Oh yeah, for
I was
sure,
reading it,
for
and I was
sure.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
They're
it's
kind of
I
chumming it
almost-
up.
I almost, before initiating the brief convo with Gengu, I almost prefaced it with saying that Saoirse was like finishing up a laugh from like a joke or something with Clive and like putting his hand up like, oh, we'll be over here, and then catch up with Rango. Or sorry, with Gengu. Just to test it, just to really test it. Just to-
Gengu's a jealous individual, man. Gengu's a little
The
jealous.
man's only had 3
Right,
friends. his entire
right,
life,
exactly.
4
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It
That
feels
you
like
know,
he's
that you
losing 'em
remember.
one by one.
You
He
remember.
lost Rango to gold long ago. Ever since he killed Baumgartlinger, he's never been friends to.
Dude, the Nat 1 heard through the campaign. The Nat 1 to
Jesus
kill
Christ.
Baumgartlinger, dude.
He was out there with what, like a flamethrower,
Hits
like,
the fucking tank,
burning.
blows him up.
Yeah.
I mean, to be real, maybe if he didn't kill Baumgartlinger, maybe the whole Orcus storyline wouldn't even be a thing.
I mean, bro.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
There's so many like I think about that all the time. There's like that's a good thing. That's what I love about D&D is like there's so many moments where it's like
What
I
if?
can pre-plan, yeah, but like stuff just randomly happens. Like, I mean, yeah, you guys going back the beer quest was literally just like
Yeah.
made that up, and then it turned into like a whole thing.
The
Yep.
Bullywug King is
The
one I
Bullywug
always
King,
think
yeah.
about.
Oh, where
Yeah.
we just like bypassed it completely.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
charmed him and just brought him down.
That's it. That's still the only time where I was literally like, I have, because the only reason I was stuck was because I knew what the next arc was gonna be, and I could not start that yet because it was like it all had to be like one.
Yeah, that had to be like played out
Yeah.
in a very specific. Yeah.
right, and so, like, I was full stuck. I was like, yeah, we'll have a great like boss battle, and then we'll go into this arc, and it'll be cool. And it was like, how about you just walk with us, and then we'll kill you.
Yeah, dude, seriously, we fucking charm him, bring him down, and murder him.
Ringo got that Riz, bro.
Well, just know at any point in time, I can go to any other dimension that I want, and
Yeah, I know.
throw your
Yep.
plans for a
Yeah.
screwball. I mean, the whole Feywild thing was a complete U-turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I had
Well,
a
that was fun.
blast.
I like
in
that.
That was
though.
like
a,
the-
that was a
I had a
great break
blast.
from everything.
The good thing about the Feywild is I made the decision a long time ago to have that just be kind of like interconnected. So like
Mhm.
that was like in Halintra, like when we were doing Halintra, and so like all those characters, that world was pretty much stuff from Halintra.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
I just reused it all and just put it in a different time frame in that world.
Yeah.
Um,
We're lucky we didn't come across like some fucking machine.
yeah.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
I think it just really, at that point in time, it felt like the storyline was super linear, and it just helped break it apart, and it allowed the Terranthrial world to grow in and of itself. Things were happening for 17 days without us.
Yeah.
Right.
While we were learning about this other dimension, and it really just expanded.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I liked the Orkandi arc for the same reason. Orkandi arc was kind of like,
Yeah, I did.
and then it also like that was like the big reveal that like Starmount and like all that stuff was kind of
Right.
behind everything.
Yeah, and yeah, then rolling that into fucking the reveal that we've barely scratched the surface on of like Starmount doing all of this, all of their shady business, and they're just fucking backed by Valor.
Yeah,
They're just like hard
Yeah,
financially, like. And then when your dad's sitting here like talking about deals with them, I'm like, dude, this is gonna give Rango a tough decision down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's fueling
Yeah.
indirectly this automaton army. That
He
If his
said
dad
that
had deal,
Valor. He said Valor was trying to like back out of Brannicorp. I don't know if that's true though.
Right?
You
Yeah.
You
I
really
would
trust
agree.
Valor at all?
No. Well, I mean, well, hell,
But, like,
I mean, what's
you-
our only brushes with them were their agents in Rivermarch, right? We really haven't.
I mean, it's
Mhm.
possible
Sat
that
down
Valor is like seeing the fruit of their labor, like, and maybe
Rango-
their perspective is that it's like not going to plan, and so they do need to bounce out, or possibly it is going from their perspective, it is going according to plan, and
I just view Valor as like the fucking Benny Gesserits of the world, just playing a chess game in the background. while
Yeah,
everyone else is
yeah,
doing their
yeah.
work.
Definitely, yeah. And so, like, I'm very curious if, because this will be our first time really like spending time in Starmount. I'm really curious if there's anything written down that leads us to believe that, like, whatever Starmount was doing or what they wanted to accomplish got away from them. Like, if
like
it's
this
all the
is
way down
spun
to,
out
like,
of control.
Yes, exactly. Like, even
Yeah.
if it comes from somebody who, like, their conscience has like finally snapped them out of it, and and they've like journaled or some shit, and they're like, I don't know about, like, kind of like an Orlo situation.
Well, I mean,
again
yeah,
or something.
I think just the proof of me existing is kind of a
Yeah.
small sliver of it getting out of control.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's a good thing Orlo kind of broke out and Orlo no longer exists. R.I.P. But
I mean, Valor had basically hired or was basically paying Starmount to manipulate the world in Valor's favor. It
Right.
would seem.
And so yeah,
But
so like,
we've since like kind of taken out the heads of Starmount, and so it would make sense that it's out of control and Valor not going to Valor's plan anymore.
So that's
Right.
that's the interesting point. Like, is it where Valor and Starmount were kind of like under the same like line of thinking until it spun out of control, or did Valor like this is
did
still
they
like
know?
According to
right?
plan.
Like Starmount was just another piece, like
Pawn,
maybe not a
yeah.
pawn, maybe like a knight or something like bigger. But at the end of the day, they still sacrificed it to get to their end goal, which may just be like, fuck, you know, for all we know, they have a trump card to like allow the this fucking battle between Tiamat and Bahamut like go crazy, torch fucking Brannicore, and then there's a huge, and then like they get rid of it somehow, and then they just have a fucking whole region power vacuum to rebuild all of Brannicore in their own image. Like, is kind of crazy.
I
And
kind of see it too.
but like the one thing that I'm like, I just don't know is like, how the fuck can they have this, you know, battle between the Hells and the Celestials? Like, how are they going to keep that under control? Like, you know, like there's only so many contingencies they can plan for, surely.
Right, unless
Like,
they plan on escaping this plane entirely.
right, like if if like one of the only things to fucking rid this of
Here's
Brannicore is like an old, you know, forgotten prophecy from followers of Io, like if that's like one of our only shots, what does Valor have? You know, like how are they gonna get that?
Just worked for Valor the entire time.
Yeah,
here's
dude. Oh man, you talk about fucking dude. Rango's an agent of Valor undercover this entire time. I'm in.
well, here's a worry Rango has, and I
That
have
your
is
father is?
well, no. I didn't want to do any roles necessarily against my family. But so no, I don't think that he's under Valor influence.
Mm-hmm.
But no, what I'm worried about is the possibility that we are playing into Valor's plans. Like, what if their plan is for release Hell, have it shred Brannicore apart? They are chilling. We haven't even fucking been down there to know if their shit's fucked up or not. So they're chilling, and then everything else is getting torn apart, but they're relying on us to go end this war after everything's torn apart. They're already in a position of like good. They're already like in good shape, which means that they have like free reign to then take control of the the rest of Brannicore.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. And
almost as
so,
if
And you know, it relies on us ending this battle.
it's
Who
as if
knows?
yeah,
In
Tiamat
which
coming
case
back
is it a
wasn't
good thing
in
or
their
bad
plans.
thing?
But now that it is, they've kind of changed plans, and now they have to rely on us indirectly.
yeah, I would agree with that too,
Because
because
they're
it
not
seemed
putting
like
anything in our path to stop us this entire
Right.
time.
yeah. So the two questions that stem from that is like, was the automaton basically police force that we kind of heard from what Orlo specifically, I guess, or whatever, like kind of their massive, like, oh, we're gonna, you know, create this army and we'll fight all of our Brannicore's wars, like, you know, and not have to risk lives. But then like people were worried that they were just gonna like martial law everything and it would be weird and all this stuff. If so, was that their plan and then that fucked up and now like this is happening and they can still get the same result, but now they have to like let us do our thing? And if it is that, if it does, if they are watching, like, when did they like take note of the Goldbringers and start like keeping tabs on us?
Probably the moment we stepped
Yeah.
into River March that one time, or whenever we met the, I guess like the admins or whatever from
Yeah.
Valor for the first time.
Oh, I forget honestly. You got a letter while you were in Port Ranicore, didn't you? Hand it to you
Yeah.
or given to you? Yeah.
Rango did.
That's in my satchel. The invitation to Valor Parliament.
Yeah.
Rango of Golden Circle invited to Valor Parliament is
Yeah.
the note.
Damn.
And then looking
Yeah.
back through my notes, like I've got Harpy's mom went north and they all died, been dead centuries, they know his family. Valor Company, Ivester, they were involved in the great death of Ivester, nothing untouched by Valor. So yeah. And then Melios had strong ties with Valor.
I just realized this wall is called Harper's Wall. Does that have anything to do with Harpy?
Mm-mm. No. Well,
Damn.
no, it doesn't.
He might be there.
He might be there.
I need to ask good old Hero Kinkins if he's seen a robot walking
No,
around.
the history of Harper's Wall. I have that written down.
I've got the earliest. Okay, I was actually going in reverse order. So the mention of Valor that I've got is when we were in Rivermarch. Bjorn said Valor planned to ambush the gangs, and there was a redheaded chick that was a spy, and then the Barbaros were hired by Valor to basically whack Iron Gut. Then Valor had control of like the richest sector of Rivermarch.
Yeah. And that just the hiring like Barbaros to be kind of just being associated with that gang war by proxy, it does show, of course, like, and this is something that we would expect of a corporation of scale and influence like Valor, but just that that perspective.
They'll do
that
some
they,
fuck
like,
shit.
They scope out, they zoom out.
Yeah.
Like, they're not dealing with just people, but like, okay, the Barbaros gang as a whole is like a thing that we can move and shape, and like,
Right.
so it does lean to a mentality that they could scale that, especially if we're learning that they're having a hand in the fall of Ivester and everything. Like, they've been doing this for centuries, so
it's also quite convenient. They're literally on the opposite side of Terranthrial from the
definitely.
Ravist.
Yeah.
Location, dude.
Dude, are we talking ourselves into a quick
To Valor landing?
go into Parliament to just like drop in and say hey before we get the mask?
If y'all go to Valor's Landing, that'd be crazy.
Because what the
God
only
damn it.
areas we haven't been to now is Thiesgard,
Yeah.
Finriches, and Valor.
Yeah, for the most part. And the Dragonback Mountain.
True. Yeah.
But that's a big scary business right now.
God damn it. Yeah, it's funny that we're like, having this conversation, and Ryan's the only one that's gonna understand this, but
What?
watching the Fallout show and seeing how the corporations played that, seeing some connections, some similarities.
What?
Oh yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, I'm with Lucas at the mention of the oh crap, not the priestesses in Dune.
In Jesuit.
Jesuits,
Yeah. I've got Dune mind.
Yeah, I gotta do mine too. I always gotta do mine.
Yeah, true.
I don't know
Can't
nothing,
unsee it.
Do what?
Yes, I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
I also think
Okay,
having
okay,
these-
God. All right,
having
God.
these conversations probably spin some cogs in Ryan's mind of like what's possible moving forward. Unless you've already got it all figured out.
I got a lot of it figured out, but I like to hear where you guys' thoughts are.
Yeah.
Did you say Terranthrial or Helentra was your baby since high school? That was Helentra. wasn't it?
Helentra was, yes. Terranthrial I made because we had already started Helentra. But I will say
Now
this.
this is your baby.
This is my expanded world. I like Terranthrial so much more. Helentra was cool. And sad, I don't think it'll ever get finished because that campaign finally kind of died off. The other one, but it is a cool little story. Yeah, I don't know if it'll ever get revived, but it's all good because Terranthrial is dope. And then I have all of Ivester kind of planned out for the most part.
Oh, I
And
forgot, to,
it's some other stuff. Go ahead.
I forgot to ask you all about Trapper's campaign. He asked me to get feedback from you all.
Oh, I had a blast.
Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to know like how the story pivoted from what he originally had, because I threw so many good points.
We've only done one session of it, and we did not get nearly as far as he was expecting. Which he said that he
I
spoke
told
with
him
you. Yeah,
I
dude.
was
Combat,
like,
bro.
Having 5 encounters and like visiting 5 locations. They're gonna visit 2 of them and have 1 encounter.
Yeah.
That's I learned that pretty early on that stuff
Yeah, same
moves a
here.
lot slower in game than it does in your mind.
He also had the plot laid out to where it was self-motivated, and I was like, nah, you have to have an NPC or something pulling them in a direction and kind of laying the railroad
Oh, he
tracks
definitely listened to
indirectly.
that. He definitely listened to that.
Because he
I mean-
originally didn't have anybody talking to you all, and just starting it off with a battle happening. And my first question was like, well, why is there a battle in the tavern?
Yeah.
Like, why? You know, like you gotta explain. You gotta get people invested. You gotta like have them talk to the bar, like get some knowledge about the city that you're in. Understand like the state before things just hit the fan.
Yeah.
I mean, things can hit the fan, but they have to have answers on the back end, like reasons why, a reason to like intrigue to follow or whatever. But where'd you guys end up? Because I know the entire story from top to bottom.
We chased. There was like a
Medusa figure
cha-
and like a dragonborn figure that we chased
right
out of the tavern through the city down into like a
mining.
a mine or some shit. It was
Okay,
some
he changed it
like
completely.
catacomb mine type deal, and then we
He
made our
changed
way
it
out
completely on me.
to basically
We're heading to the manor right
Yeah.
now.
Gotcha. Yeah, the first time he laid it out, it was about 10 great individual ideas. But I was like, to be completely honest, if you leave it the way it is, they're only going to find one of these ideas.
Right.
They're probably not going to go the direction you want to, right? So I was like, create an NPC, an intriguing NPC that kind of leads the way and gives intrigue, but not too much, you know?
Yep.
Especially if it's supposed to be like a one-off. You don't want to give them complete free reign. So I learned on one of my earlier campaigns, it's like, I didn't have plans for this wooded area because they weren't supposed to go there, and they went in there, and I was like, there's nothing in the woods, and they were like, we're walking further, and I was like, there's nothing in the woods.
Yeah.
We're walking further, I was like, there's nothing in the woods.
I
And then we sat there for 30 minutes, like.
Brian and I were talking about kind of the wood
tried to give-
situation.
Yeah, I try to give you guys as much free reign as possible, and the best way to do it, and I've done it kind of throughout this campaign, and just from a DM's perspective, is like, so like, for example, you guys finish up River March, right? So River March, you guys, the last session of River March is the battle, and then you guys getting out, and it's like, all right, you guys are going out this one exit, but you have choices to make where you're going next, and then you kind of. You give them that choice of like, all right, where do we want to go next? And you guys kind of like, all right, we're going to go here. We plan on going here. And it's like, all right, next session, boom. I kind of know where we're planning on going. The only place that I gave, like, I did so much like extra prep work that we got, didn't get to see any of it, was Port Brandicore, because I was like, I'm fleshing out this entire city. It's crazy.
Oh, God,
It's like
Right.
a
We
book.
fucking skipped Brian's Baldur's Gate, dude.
Pretty much.
It's like a book.
That's a good comparison. That's a good
I
comparison.
can't wait for when the campaign's in, because I'm just gonna go through and be like, yeah, there's like, dude, it's Port Brandicore's crazy.
When there was one of the spots where we were in like that library cave in Orkandi with the portal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we just
Oh,
spent
yeah.
some time in there, and we left it. And after the session, you were just
Like,
like,
there's hella magic
"There
items.
was so much shit in there, guys." And you all
Yeah.
were just like, "Yeah, we're just gonna chill."
Yeah.
We got a hat of disguise out of it.
And the
Yeah.
luck stone.
In the cubic gate.
I mean,
Oh, the cubic gate was huge, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And the luck stone,
Totally
yeah, I carried
changed the
that. I
tire
carried
of
that
the
for a long
story.
time, actually.
yeah, your
That was
cat just
attuned to that.
disappeared, by the way, as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Poor cat.
Um,
Poor cat.
I still like question to this day if I didn't pull out the cubic gate and go to the Fey realm when Rock Jokesh was on her tail, like what would have happened? You know, like
Yeah.
because 17 days went by.
Well, now that I think about it, is the ethereal plane even on that cubic gate?
I don't think so.
Let me double check.
I think I told you. I don't know if you wrote it down. I told you what the.
I want to say it was
images
the shadow plane,
I think they're all
fire
written down.
plane, the Fey, and I can't
The
remember
material.
last one, 'cause there was a
Materials,
mushroom. There was a
um,
mushroom. There was a flame. I guess like a cloud. 'Cause
It was definitely the
What?
shadow. I think it was like the Nine Hells. And
Wait, I never added
the
it back to
Fey.
my inventory from when Tristani gave it back. There we go.
He left it in the Fey. It's gone.
Yeah, I did.
It's gone.
Dude, that was such a good ending. Like wrap up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say on here, but I'm sure I could. Let's do a different plane into existence.
But yeah, definitely having NPCs to kind of lead is important for sure. Like I mean, you guys followed. I mean, the whole premise of this campaign is you guys originally helping a cabbage man get his cart back to his village.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Yeah,
It
that's-
gives
that's
us a
how,
great idea where to go.
Yeah, that's how you scale it up. You start by helping the guy get his cabbages to the village,
Yeah.
and by the end, you're killing a god.
Right. Yeah.
This is
Standard
how it
scale.
works. This
It's
is
like
fun. We're having fun.
It's a formula. It works.
Yeah.
you can't start a campaign not under a microscope.
Yeah.
Like you have to start.
You have to start small.
focused on the characters.
Like,
Yeah.
focused on
The
small steps
first
along the way.
session that I ran, where it was with Scotty and Cole, their entire first mission was someone beat up the lady in the town that makes pies. Got to
Yeah.
figure out what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Beginnings for D&D campaigns, I think, are some of the hardest things to do, though, because the trope is always like, you guys meet in a pub or like a
Yeah,
tavern,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then like somebody's like, who has this skill set to help me do this, and everybody's like, me. Which is why for Terranthrial, I was like, yeah, you guys were like in these cave system for a while. You guys kind of talk to each other, so you guys get out and y'all are gonna kind of go your separate ways, and then Cabbage Man comes out of nowhere.
Right?
So, but I think at least either like one or like two people kind of knowing each other is somebody. I feel like you can't have just like a total stranger party. I mean, you can, but it's a lot easier if like
I think
at
it's
least
easier when
a few-
everyone has backstories. You can
Yeah,
sway it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
if
I
everybody
ever-
kind of knows some stuff.
Yeah, if I ever dip back into it, I definitely have a full session 0.
Yeah.
And like maybe if like 2 characters may like know each other from before or something. Because I had a similar situation to Lucas where like, yeah, the trope, they all met in the tavern, but then like instead of like somebody coming to sort of evoke them to do something, it was chaos, and there was like this poisonous cloud coming into the city, and everyone was like evacuating and rushing down to the dock to get on a ship to go into
Mhm.
the sea to escape it. And like my buddy Landon, he was a bugbear rogue. It was a fucking amazing character. But he like wanted to go into the poison cloud and like see about it. And so I made it like basically like a cloud kill. So I had to like kind of like, I panicked and I was like, they were like talking to this random guy like in the tavern, and I had him like rush out and in his own panic like get enveloped by it, and it just like dissolved his skin, and he was just like you know, kind of like the ray from attack on or when Mars attacks or whatever.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was just like fucking. I was trying to like still
This is
wanted to
what's gonna
go
happen
into
to
the
you.
cloud, and I was like, no, please, please just go to the docks.
They can't be helped at that point. They can't be helped at that point.
Just go to the
Yeah.
docks.
You
And like
can show
you
them.
try to give them an out, and then
I thi-
they're like, "Nope, I still do it," and they're okay, fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's the deal. That was his first time playing.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think
it was my
that,
first time
like-
DMing too.
So
yeah.
he didn't run into the cloud, right?
No.
What did
I
you-
think,
What stopped him?
I think I ended up breaking and was like, you'll die.
Yeah. I think that's the only
Don't
like
do it.
solution,
Don't do
especially
it.
with like
Yeah.
brand new. Like you just have to be like, all right, listen, above the table, like, do you want to keep playing?
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to keep playing, then like, yeah, that's fine. But like, if you want to keep playing, here are the
That was
signs.
another thing with like the campaign with you all and Seabass. You all went into a place and like found this trap. Like it's clear if you step on this spot,
Yeah.
something bad is going to happen. And so someone was like, "I'm gonna try to deactivate it," and Seabass just goes, "I step on it." Okay. You get cut nearly in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
remember that.
The
My
hardest
go-
thing.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I was just gonna say, my go-to is always when I always just like whenever they say they're gonna do something that I'm like, I know is not the correct choice. Like obviously, I let people make wrong decisions because that's part of it. But when it's like something where it's like really wrong, I'm always like, all right, so you want to like, and I repeat what they say, and I'm like, are you sure you want to do that? Like I make sure they like sometimes when they hear it from an outside source, like what they just said, they're like,
Uh-huh.
that was fucking stupid. Why would I say that? Like, no. So that's my go-to. I try not to be like you'll die, but he's right. At some point with like
I think it's more
if you're that
important
new,
with fresh. Yeah.
You let
Yeah.
him die.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Landon's
The hard-
first time
Well,
playing.
The
just-
hardest thing I
let 'em know.
encountered was like I started a campaign with 3 people that have never played before. They all gave me backstories. They're all from different parts of the continent,
yeah,
and I made basically perfect stories about how they all came together to this one town.
Yep.
And one of them got ambushed by raiders on the sea and had to swim into it through this frozen ocean to land, and this is where he landed.
yeah,
One of them was with a group of paladins. He woke up from his camp and there was blood everywhere and none of his paladins were around, and he walked to the nearest village, which was his town.
yeah.
One of them was on the run, running from a prison, and made it to this town. And then one of them just lives there, right?
Yeah.
And then it seemed like session 0, 5 minutes in, everyone forgot about why they're there, and they just
Yeah.
like were worried about the rules of the game instead of their characters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, I had to point out to one of them, I was like, all of your friends just got supposedly murdered literally
Yeah.
an hour ago,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now you're worried about like pies in the tavern, like you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you gotta bring it in perspective a little bit for some new players. But I understand like it's hard to like break out of that shell and like want to play the game as the character.
Yeah.
Because you're afraid you're
Mhm.
gonna break the rules.
I'd-
Like,
Yeah.
there's no rules, you know.
There's not.
I talked with Ryan a bit about how, like, you know, whenever we initially started this campaign, I was like, it's important that everyone's on the same page about our goal, like that everyone has the same goals in D&D as far as like what their expectations are with, you know, combat mechanics, rules, story, like role play,
Mhm.
and all that. And like it's been very clear with, I think, with Lucas, you and Gingu, you started reading the fucking fantasy novels, and like the tilt towards like story RP has just fucking escalated. Which
It's
isn't,
all
I'm not
about-
saying that's a bad thing, but it's like very
absolutely.
clearly a thing that's
I also feel
happened,
like it's
and so it
much
makes
needed.
sense.
It's much needed to have like characters you can grasp onto from a DM's perspective of like motives and things like that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what brings me back to play, because combat is fun and all, but it's like if I can't think
Oh, yeah.
as this character, like what would
Right.
this person do, or like outside
Yeah.
the box, then
I saw
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw a clip from Brennan the other day where he was saying he minimized D&D and was like, basically like, D&D is a gambling game. You're rolling dice, but instead of gambling with money, you're gambling with stories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I like that.
Mhm.
And I love how literally since session 0, if I drop something, Ryan picks it up immediately. And it's like from the moment I gave him my backstory, he was like, this is perfect. I have this star mount Like
Yeah.
it's here. Like
Mhm.
this is gonna work perfectly.
And I think that comes from like, you know, originally like out of high school, like my whole goal was like I'm gonna go to film school and then I'm gonna do that. And so like my whole background for D&D has always been more of like less of a game and more of cooperative storytelling is how I see it. So everything that I try to do has been to like progress a story or to add to a story. And you know, the most important thing for a story, in my opinion, is characters and their arcs. The world is cool. The like the actions they do are cool.
Without
Combat's
the characters, the
fine.
world is nothing.
Right, exactly. And so, whenever you like gave me that, I was like, oh yeah, like you were like, all right, I have this character. I'm gonna role play as this character. It's this automaton, and like I'm like he didn't even know about Starmount, and it just like fit perfectly. And I was like, this is meant to be.
Yeah,
But
it's
and I
really
was
good.
just like, you know, he gave me a blank slate to like, and I'm like, he Gengu became a plot device.
Mhm.
Like,
That's the I feel like that's the main purpose for
right.
Dude,
characters in
it's
general.
why his last words are gonna be the fucking wish. I'm calling it right
Oh.
now.
Oh, is that what you meant earlier?
Yeah. yeah.
Okay. I didn't pick
Yeah,
up on
that's
that.
what he said.
I
Yeah,
I
mean,
think my goal
He's
by
definitely in
next
my top
session,
3 of potential chosen ones for sure.
by next session or the session after that, I want to kind of write up a falling action of Gengu for you. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to go like verbatim, but I foresee something in the future that's like kind of bringing it all together from the
Yeah.
beginning of his creation, his arc, and now like where he's ending up,
Yeah.
and try to get that for you.
But like, and it wasn't like Gengu was just kind of like the most obvious one to be like in characters. Like I use characters like in storytelling in this game is like they further the story. So like even though like you know, obviously like there's been some like very like distinct focuses on characters at certain points, but like River March, for example, Rango was kind of the further in the plot there because Rango was the one that knew everybody there. He had
Yeah.
all the connections.
Right.
Like that was like, you know, the trader town. Like he knew who to talk to. That furthers the story. And then Gengu obviously with Orlo, Starmount, Ojitai. We went to Orkandi. All that stuff happened. You found out about the dragons. All of Io stuff doesn't come up unless you. I mean, Io stuff can still come up, but you were, you know, you got introduced to these people that follow Biomet, and it's like, all right, this is like the way. And then Io comes up, and you're like, maybe it's fucking not. Like,
Right.
maybe it's really not. And then like, and so like everybody's kind of had like Sersha when you guys went into Brandicore, like there was this stuff with, Moradin and like the priest and all that stuff, and then like so everybody's kind of like furthered the
And-
plot, and the use
Mhm.
the character's been used to do that.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, I remember telling Cole like the whole idea with Sersha was that he was going to be questioning the gods for all the horrific things that he had seen in combat, you know, as a medic
Yeah.
for all these years. And dude, now he's like one of the most devoted.
Right.
you literally have Moradin's anvil.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because like when I created Gengu, I'm like, nothing's gonna surpass largemouth bass. Like that was my favorite.
That fucking phrase, nothing's gonna surpass largemouth bass.
I mean, he was great. He only spoke undercommon. Like
Yeah.
he had a walk lute is the way I put it, like cheese string on a walk that played like a lute.
Yeah.
He was pretty tight. But like, it started off as an idea, and honestly, like without Ryan expanding on it with the world and stuff, Gengu just like grew from then on. And it wasn't.
Mhm.
I might be playing him, but I'm not really writing him. You know, I'm just kind of a product of the environment he's put in. So that's the way I like to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, just personally, since you know, because if I were to do it all over again, I would have liked to have spent more time on Sersha's backstory, but you know, I was just kind of excited to get in.
Hey, there's still time.
There's
stuff, but like,
Can
but
come at
because
any
of that, right, and because of that though, I sharing your experience of where like, you know, a lot of Sersha's things that have happened throughout the campaign has just been Ryan putting it in front of me and allowing me to react to it. You know, the
And
biggest
it-
one being like I might have met the love of my life in goddamn Palm Springs and I have no memory of it, only
Right.
her damn journal.
Yeah, and one thing I
Uh,
give props to Ryan about is like leaving things open ended to where it's not like you have to choose this
Right.
a path to go where I want to go. It's like you have A, B, and C. Now react how you want, and I'll shape it. You
Mhm.
know, I do like that because there's a lot of DMs I've played with that are very much like
Here's the tracks.
This is a bad guy. Like if you are friends with him, you're no longer friends with him because he's the bad guy. Like you
Yeah.
can't be friends with him, sort of thing. It's like, well, maybe what if I want to? You know,
Right. Yeah.
just give you options.
A little bit of gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Like,
feel like we're all pretty morally gray.
Mhm.
yeah, I think people in general are. You know,
Yeah.
you know, there's everybody looks at things not black and white. There's middle ground and stuff like that. But you know, that's another thing with like D&D is that even though it's fantasy, you gotta kind of it's still got to be bound to the laws of like reality of like society, like how people act
What
normally.
people
like,
expect from people.
right, exactly.
Mhm.
Like you know, it's I mean even like the better video games, like like in my opinion, Fallout New Vegas is one of the best stories ever for the simple fact that like you play the game, there's all these like side quests or whatever, but like there's no good options. Like every option that you choose in that game has some serious negative effects to it. And like
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
even like when you go in the DLCs, everything has like some negative effects to it. Like this person might have been really bad, but like, you know, like it
Like
meant
you
that
get
there
the
was an
wand of
order.
Orcus, it's cool and all, but now he's after you.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and then like even Orcus, like he's a devil from the nine hells and stuff like that. But like in this story, all he wanted was his property back. He wasn't like here to like kill everybody. Like he
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
wanted his
that's what I
property
tried to
back.
do with Aoife. I tried
Yeah.
to do that with Aoife. Mhm.
Yeah. I like thinking back to it, I love how Gengi just gave it back. Because I was sitting there thinking, like, when I was like silent for quite a bit, trying to figure out like what to do when he asked, and I was
Yeah.
like, do I fight him? Do I give it back? And I was like, you know what? I feel like Gengi would just give it back. This is a demon from the nine hells towering
Yeah.
over him right now. Like this isn't his property.
And so I knew that was like a tough choice to make because that was like a big magic weapon, which
Yeah.
is why I created Gengu's hammer.
And thinking of it on the spot is so hard too, and I think that's something we all do pretty well is like coming up with how to progress the story on the spot.
Right. But
'Cause we all know
Gengu,
our end all be all.
yeah,
Yeah.
Gengu's hammer though. If you would have chose to keep it and fight him and like defeated him, Gengu's hammer just wouldn't have been a thing. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was all,
Wow.
and like I built it like and had that.
Listen,
But it
we might
was-
have to go visit Tristani again. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She seems OP.
Yeah, and
Tristani's-
a big part of me thought Aoife was not going to make it through, so the fact that she's just around is
Yep.
pretty cool.
Oh yeah, because she's fucking. She's got to get her necklace. She's after a necklace, which
Yeah, you're right.
is
Yeah.
probably in the
Go
Winter
find-
Queen's prison somewhere with
Yep.
with Julep.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
need another Gooby side
Get
story
my
with
Damn amulet back, dude. The fucking the little
Gooby-
thief. The little flying thief.
Gooby might be the most mysterious character I've ever experienced. In a
Yeah,
D&D
dude.
game.
We need more Gooby lore for sure.
Nobody knows. Gooby's like, yeah. Gooby has a whole life that we don't know of
Gooby
right
is
now.
Gooby.
Gooby is Gooby.
Gooby is Gooby.
Yeah, he's great.
Spectral plane's not something that we fucked with a ton in Terranthrial, outside of Gooby being, you know, versed in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And no one really asked anything about it, so Gooby's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good. We are what we are.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I've really liked the Brandicore story and just expanded on it. And like I'll admit, like from like I always had like my big plot points and like kind of like what was gonna happen, but like stuff's definitely adapted and like changed since the beginning. And like I said, once we get done, I would love to share like what, cause like Lucas is right. Like there's been times when you guys have influenced me to like maybe change something or like add something into the game based off like what you
Right.
guys would discuss or whatever. And I think that's all part of it because it's like, you know, that's why I like hearing what you guys get to say at the end of sessions about stuff because it makes me think, like, it gets me in your all's headspace. And it's like, what are you guys expecting? And it's like, then I can look back on it. And it's like, that would make a lot more sense than like what I was planning on. Or it'd be like, they're all thinking this, but like it's really still going to be this. And that's going to be like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
like
really
weird.
expecting like a Return of the King Ojutai, King of Orkandi sort of thing at the end as the ending.
Yeah.
Like I think that would fit.
The
Ojutai's arc isn't finished. I feel it still. Like there's something.
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
definitely.
nobody's
I
arc's
agree.
finished yet.
No, no,
Nobody's
no.
arc's
He's
finished
still
yet.
got a ways to go, man.
Well, some people have reached the apex. I feel like Gengu's reached the apex and is like at the falling action sort of feeling.
Maybe.
I don't think we're at the fucking falling action for anyone until we make this wish.
I mean, that's true, but I ain't doing it. I'm a wish for this world to never exist.
Fuck.
Jeez.
We're fucked.
Thanos snap us out of here.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That would ruin. I'd have to throw. Well, I guess Ivester takes place in the past, so I can still do Ivester, but nothing after.
Let's
Brandicore.
go.
That's just
Only prequels.
Yeah, only prequels.
Yeah,
from now
right.
on. Only prequels. It's all right. Sequels for stuff have been sucking lately, so I might for the best.
Yeah, Ryan, I hope you liked your expanded universe while you had it, buddy, but
We can always expand backwards. We can always expand backwards.
and backwards and retcon it somewhere. It's fine.
Yeah.
we mentioned the importance of NPCs, and I'll just throw a little teaser that for next week or for the next session, Ryan might have some fresh drip relating to one of our NPCs.
Oh no.
I may have made a TikTok shop purchase.
What?
Interesting.
What's this now?
You'll see. You'll see
Okay.
probably this week, I think.
Is it a
Okay.
Ford and
Oh my God.
AK-47?
That
Gotta
would
be a
cool as
Corvette
shit.
miniature, dude. It's
I have,
gotta
I have, I have the Corvette miniature right here.
be. Yeah.
He's just got a big old frog mask.
Yeah.
Funny. Alright, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get Gengu's character fleshed out relatively soon. I got some
Okay.
thinking to do.
Yeah, send
Okay.
Ryan. Everyone before next session, send Ryan your dying words.
Or something along those lines. You know, just kind of
Yeah.
headspace,
Yeah,
headspace kind of stuff. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna hop off here
Gengu ain't
too.
nothing but headspace, you know this.
Yeah, he is space. Gengu
He's
is.
just,
Literally
just
has
our-
space.
yeah. He's just our self-reflective robot. He's our
Yep.
favorite.
Alrighty.
Fucking
Well,
nihilistic robot. over
He's
there.
our big nihilistic robot.
I'm gonna hop off here and get some lunch and get ready for this flight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kiss
man.
the
Have a good
stream
time. Be safe.
goodbye.
I
See y'all later.
Fucking
See you,
long.
stream.